With Phil stumbling drunkenly out of his bed, appearing in his head all the things he's wanting to be said. 19 minutes are filled to fill. With so much time to kill, he promised chill, but all he does instead is beg and show. The stream's online and straight away begins to whine, but all is fine as long as Shaz benign and doesn't step out of line. His content's immature for all to endure like fresh manure, but I feel sure he ran shoot of feeling so insecure. The money earned from yesterday was withdrawn and long gone, as Phil spending impulse is always had to stay on. If supports are also slow and stays so low and fails to grow, you never know, the show may turn into an easy bingo. Once kicked off across the board with charge to what because his code can be ignored, just how much DSP makes us feel so bored. To help us fight or sleep and try to keep alert to watch a creep who play bingo, but Phil will bitch and why his sheep are also cheap. While DSP is chasing green, we're seeing green across the screen as Phil's routine predictability rivals are slow machine. He's not in burping, leaning ban. It matters not if battery fun is Shadows can't see if hours making feel less of a man. Takes a drink and starts his like before lunching into a big pretending different bills when truth is to buy a wrestling JPEG. Talks about his shitty life of call his cat and fatty wife and all his strife of forgetting that it's unwell and they were rife. With drama he will react but isn't act, that is a fact as he rehearsed to be exact in how he felt he was attacked. Teaches nearly over and a win is in sight with what to white despite Phil to light that tips were not light. We'll say alright it is okay and now it's time for Phil to play, but first he'll say that tips will help from being off the other day. And with those words we win again, it's never if but always when the game is won. Thanks to that we made it to the very end. Hey guys, King Jad here and welcome to DSP Bingo for yesterday, Tuesday the 20th of February 2024. I do hope you're all doing very well indeed. First and foremost, the screen looks a bit weird. I know, I don't understand why. Like this is not cinematic mode in YouTube, this is normal. Cinematic is this. If I do this, this is cinematic mode. When I try and get to like normal mode, it just does this, where you have like the player here but you have this massive big black bars all around it. I have no idea why that's happening, but yeah, this is why I had a delayed start. I had to try and fix the bingo because you know when I go like to the bingo board, it does a thing where it goes over Phil's thing. I had to rearrange basically how the how OBS looks at the browser, because this is like pushed to the left more than usual in this view. It's dumb as hell. So yeah, I had to kind of take a few minutes just to kind of rearrange how things look, but I think I've got it looking okay, and I think we're kind of just about there as things stand. I don't know why it's doing this, but hopefully it won't affect things too much. But yeah, I do hope you're all doing very well. First of all, thank you very much to Toxic Cherry Juice for gifting 5 members to the channel. And congratulations to Alejandro Facundo, Raven of Chaos, Wally Wonka, Van I, and finally Sin. And they all became members thanks to Toxic Cherry Juice's member BAM. So very nice of them to do that, and congratulations for receiving a membership. Also big ups to Navy Vet for Life, who decided to become a member of their own volition as well. Big ups to them, and hopefully they're going to enjoy themselves and all that jazz. I am planning like member content. I have finished a Quiplash quiz. Members making a brand new Quiplash quiz for 2024. I finished that, and I would like to make that something that members can get involved in playing with. And for the very first time I play it on stream, hopefully I would get into play it very soon, with everyone together. And yeah, members I absolutely should definitely have priority to play that first and experience that first. That's the way I see it anyway. But I'll make a community post for that for members later on to try and get numbers sorted out and see who's all interested. So we won bingo quite early last night, and so a lot of us missed this strange rant that Phil had about detractors being a cult. This has to be seen to be believed.
Let me tell you something, brother!
And of course, big ups to Snort Hogan for clipping this. We missed this in the bingo because we're finished by then.
Snort, snort, snort.
Code drip.
Snort, snort.
I got the drip. No, the meme, so people are asking about the empty game box meme. If you can believe it, this empty game box meme originated over a decade ago. Alright, when my haters first started to become prominent with things like this is how you don't play, and they wanted to turn every positive that I did into a negative. Back in the day, when I had lots of money, this is before I ever moved out of Connecticut, I had a lot of money from the ad revenue I made on YouTube. I called it the Hardcore Gaming Season Giveaway. So every week, for 3 to 4 months at the end of the year, during the busiest gaming season of the year, I would do a giveaway. And sometimes it would be an actual game. Sometimes it would be a piece of merch. It was just various things from the games that I would purchase and do over the course of the holiday season. So I remember one year, I want to say it was a Deus Ex game. Like, it was probably like Deus Ex Human Revolution, right? And I had bought the collector's edition of the game, and it had all this collector's edition content. It had like a book with art. It had like a soundtrack CD. It had like all the extra shit. But the game itself I was playing, and then eventually I traded the game in at GameStop because you get the bonus trading credit to get more games. So I didn't have the game anymore. But I still had all the collector's edition content. And what happened was, I would have, back then I actually had like my own website and my own forums. That's all a thing of the past now. But people would
You still have your own forums.
go to my website and post up in the forums, oh, I want this, I'm interested in it. And we would get hundreds, sometimes thousands of posts of people who were interested in getting these things. So people would post up, and then I would use a random number generator to pick a random post. I would pick a winner, and then I would contact that person behind the scenes and say, hey, congrats, you won. So you're going to get what I offered this week for the giveaway. Give me your mailing address and let me know if you want to autograph anything. If you want me to autograph anything, excuse me. So
Phil's pretending that he only gave away one empty game box ever. There's a video that was made. This was made 10 years ago. Big ups to Angel K311. This has got a video. This is a video with 54,000 views on it. DSP tries it, giveaways and contests. It happened more than once, the empty game box giveaway. So let's just watch this for full context first.
The following
DSP tries it.
has been paid for by the
Kojima World Order.
Alright, what is up everybody? Darkside Phil here, and welcome to the Hardcore Gaming Season giveaway of 2013. Alright, the very first item I'm giving away is Deus Ex Human Revolution's Collector's Edition content. So let me show you what exactly that is. Okay, this is Deus Ex Human Revolution Collector's Edition. Comes with this very nifty collector's box on the inside. Comes with a few things. First of all, Collector's Edition packaging. As you open that up, you're going to see the game's gone because I traded it in years ago, but it does have the second bonus disc that probably has the behind-the-scenes content and stuff like that, okay? Yeah, how much would you like to have that autographed by me? Pretty cool, right? And welcome to Week 2 of the Hardcore Gaming Season giveaway for 2013. I'd be more than willing to sign Deus Ex, however I looked inside of it, and it looks like it's all dark, like everything's black. So it probably makes more sense to have me maybe sign a few business cards and stuff. So, Felix, when I contact you, please respond back and let me know if you want me to include some signed business cards with this.
And remember, the business cards were the fucking him with his like Sonic hat on. Like, let me pull up the business cards for you in case people have never seen the Darkside Phil business cards. It is a sight to behold. Let me pull up for you. So, yeah, here we go. It's this. This is the Darkside Phil business card. This is a real thing. This is not a detractor made meme. Phil legitimately had these business cards that he would include in these giveaways. He would sign these and people would be like, wow, I got a business card from Phil Burnell. This is real. Phil thought this was an idea, a good idea. I swear to God, these were his business cards. These were honestly, genuinely what he fucking had as business cards. Oh my god. Yeah. It's just... oh, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I don't know, people are saying is that his home address at a time. I'm not entirely sure. He may have had his own P.O. box, which is why he may have included that as his business address. He may have had his own P.O. box. It's possible, who knows. He's certainly kind of prominent enough back in the day to have, you know, merited having his own P.O. box because it was popular on YouTube at one point in time. Not massively ridiculously popular, but yeah. But yeah, that's the business cards that Phil was talking about.
Hello everybody, DSP and Panda Lee here, and welcome to the Week 3 drawing and the Week 2 announcement of the winner for the Hardcore Gaming Season giveaway of 2013.
And if it is shitty, it's your fault.
It's my fault. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this week we will be giving away Dark Freaking Souls. Now keep in mind, I want to clarify, this is not the game. The game I actually traded in several months ago.
So the first 3 weeks didn't involve games. They involved like the packages and the covers, but not the games.
Because obviously this is a game that will live in infamy when it comes to my playthrough of it. You know, I played it, I made an honest college try to beat the game by my own. I couldn't do it. I was too annoyed by the game. Came back 2 years later and on live stream,
you know, cooperatively with other fans and viewers, went through it and did finally beat it. Of course, there's always the whiners who are going to complain about the way that I did it. Alright everybody, DSP here, and what is up? It's time for the Hardcore Gaming Season giveaway yet again. We're going to pick the Week 6 winner for the Puppeteer on PS3, and then we're going to actually pick what's going to be the next giveaway. Mass Effect 3 Collector's Edition, but the game is not in it. So to warn everyone, just to show you for full disclosure, no game. However, you get this really cool steelbook case.
Wow, you get an empty fucking box. Isn't that fantastic?
What is up everyone, Darkside Phil here, and welcome to Week 9 of the Hardcore Gaming Season giveaway. Alright, well, it's not a very good one, I'll admit. Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch, came with a really unique and awesome steelbook case. Look at this, full anime drawing artwork, metallic. On the back there's more. And on the inside it's fully animated. See that? Fully decorated with artwork from the game. I already traded in the game. Okay, what is up everyone? Darkside Phil here.
So Phil wants to pretend this has happened one time ever and it's why fucking the meme exists of Phil giving away empty game boxes. Phil, you legitimately did give away multiple empty game boxes from multiple giveaways. There's no hiding that. You can try and fucking stress all you want. Oh, these were fancy fucking game covers or whatever. The game wasn't included.
And welcome to Week 11, Halo 4's Collector's Edition content. Okay, this one is unfortunately not good. I did redeem the other Collector's Edition content. This stuff I already redeemed, so that's no good. But you'll get the card and you'll get the case right here. Let me.
The game?
See, unfortunately I traded the game in, but you get this Collector's Edition Halo 4 Steelbook case as well. Right, I'm going to be doing the biggest giveaway ever that I've ever done, and you won't believe what it is when I finally tell you what it is, starting in January. And there's going to be eligibility both on YouTube and on streaming. I'm going to be honest, people on the stream are going to have a little bit more priority if they're a paid subscriber, okay? Because basically everyone's going to be able to enter.
And that is... I think these days YouTube would think of that as illegal, to prioritise people to pay to win essentially. You can't prioritise people that pay to have a better chance of winning something. That goes against YouTube's terms of service. That's like me fucking trying to say, oh, people that become members have a better chance of winning bingo. No, they fucking don't.
On the forums, and paid subscribers are automatically entered, but they're entered into a much smaller pool, okay? So, I'll explain more about this as we get closer, but the biggest giveaway ever is coming in 2014, let's put it that way. But we've got, next week we'll pick the winner of this week, and then one more week where we're going to draw a new game. So wow, we are just moving full speed ahead with the Hardcore Gaming Season giveaway. Thank you for participating. I'll see you for gameplay, and peace out.
Make it stop!
The preceding announcement has been paid for by the
Kojima World Order.
Some robust quality ancient detractor content in there that was made over 10 years ago. So yeah, so what does Phil have to say about in current day about that? I'll just make sure he's not live yet. He is live. Son of a bitch. Let's rewind him. I think so. I'm going to keep him on pause because it is important, I think, to go through the. Is it a long intro? It's a long intro, okay, we can keep it on fucking pause, like, here then. There I'll fucking do. Yeah, but but we need to watch this. Trust me, we need to watch the rest of this. Let's see what else he's got to say about the fucking empty game box meme in current day. Like, you just seen what Phil actually did. You just witnessed what Phil did with these giveaways. The majority, a lot of these giveaways were empty fucking game boxes, or they include art, or they include like the user guide, they include a signed business card. They didn't include the game, Phil. So how are you going to retcon this?
I remember one of the times was all the collector's edition content of like Deus Ex, and that was it, just the collector's edition content. I didn't have the game anymore, but I had all the other content. So no exaggeration, hundreds to thousands of people posted up to get it. Someone won, and they said, yeah, autograph it, autograph the box and everything. So I did. I autographed the box, I packaged it up, I mailed it to them, which cost me a lot of money to do that. I mailed it to them, and that was it. And the meme became, oh, you see, Darkside Phil gives out empty boxes to his fans. Those are his giveaways. Despite the fact that I gave away dozens of games. The fact that I gave away a PS4 at launch. I had an extra PS4 that I had bought, and I had nothing to do with it, and I gave it away to a fan at launch. But the meme is, Phil gives away empty boxes. And that's all anyone remembers, because that's all people, you know, remember, is that me giving away one empty box, even though I gave away likely thousands of dollars of things over the years. They don't want to hear that.
Okay, this argument is fucking ridiculous. Phil, it is an undeniable fact that you gave away multiple video game boxes without the video game in it. This wasn't just a one-time thing. This happened multiple times. We just watched a video covering you doing this over and over and over again with multiple different games because you traded the games in every single time. And you're trying to say that the argument's not valid because there were times when you did give away games? Well, that'd be like, why? That's not the point of the meme. It doesn't make fucking sense, Phil. The detractors are not lying when they said you gave away empty game boxes. You did. You've even admitted it. But you're trying to fucking argue that it's not allowed to be admitted because you gave away games sometimes as well. That's not the point of the argument being made.
Just like they don't want to hear that Darkside Phil was good at old Street Fighter and placed and won tournaments. That doesn't count. That's not true. It is true, but the meme is I'm bad at games, so you can't ever believe that I was actually a good Street Fighter player. This goes hand in hand with these toxic culture on the internet of erasing the positive past and only talking about this one small negative thing that you think is the truth when it's not. But because so many people mass repeat it, it becomes a cultish mentality, and they actually fabricate it into reality as well.
So Phil, who's erasing your good deeds? Nobody's trying to fucking say you didn't do a giveaway of games, ever. Nobody's ever trying to fucking say you didn't do a fucking giveaway of a PS4 or whatever, ever. All people did was they said that you gave away empty video game boxes, which you did. That's not trying to delete anything else you did. That's just stating a categorical fact.
What happened when it's not true. It's sad, but that's how it's been with me for the last 10 to 15 years. Erase anything good that ever happened and only focus on negative things, and that's supposed to be the legacy of me. Bullshit. I'm still here every day to tell you.
Phil. When it comes to your legacy was from the 1st of May 2016 when you jerked it on livestream. You didn't realise the camera was on. And you had 12 minutes of self-pleasure. DIY, DSP tries it, getting himself off right before work begins. That is your legacy. Doesn't matter what else happens with you in the future. The legacy you have created is masturbating on stream in front of children. That is forever going to be a legacy.
All that bullshit and call it out. So that's the truth about the empty box, you know?
Phil, boxes, plural, there was more than one.
Yeah, you'd be surprised shipping stuff around the world, because I opened it up worldwide. I said anyone around the world can enter my giveaways, and there were times when it would be like, for example, that Deus Ex Collector's Edition content, just to put that in a mailer and ship it internationally would cost like $40. It's like the cost of the game, and the game's not even in there. I'm spending $40 to ship you Collector's Edition content with my autograph on it. It was expensive. You know, again, I had a lot of money back then, so I gave it a lot of stuff away. I was happy to do that when I could do that back in the day. Things have been different for the last decade, right?
It gets better. It gets better, or worse, depending on your outlook.
I just find it funny because when this all started, at the very beginning of me being a YouTuber, people actually accused me of being a cult leader. There was actually detractor channels, like one was called DSP Cult Leader. And the actual channel was like, oh, don't you see that Phil is trying to brainwash your children into watching his content? And he's trying to bring them down the path of debauchery. That if your kids watch DSP's content, they're going to become these crazy, like deviants.
Yeah, let's have a look at what Derek tweeted the other night when a porn star died. Cagney Lynn Carter passes away at 36, apparently they committed Minecraft. And Derek responded to this news article tweet. No, not Cagney Lynn Carter, cry, cry, cry. My favourite, scene Cagney was in was a family stroke scene with the awesome brand Night XXX. Jesus Christ, Eric. Jesus Christ, Eric. This is an example of Phil's fans being led down a path of debauchery and just being a sick, creepy little bastard. This is the average DSP fan. Derek grew up in this time watching Phil, and this is what he's turned into. So yeah, Phil, maybe people that watch your content when they were young and naive and, you know, they were listening to you going, haha, titties, boobies, hooray, not shit and chicka chang wang. Maybe that wasn't good for young developing minds after all, Phil. But please, Phil, go on about how it's not your fans or whatever are fucking sick and depraved, but it's the detractors instead.
Because they're watching DSP. I swear this was real, okay? Now here we are today in the present day, and actually take a look at the amount of cultish haters there are out there. Literally, they're the ones who've been brainwashed. It's not me who brainwashed people to like my content. People have literally been brainwashed to hate me and my content. It's the complete polar opposite.
Well, we have done no such thing. There's simply far more people out there calling you out for shit than there are defending you. Just because there's more numbers doesn't mean we're fucking... It's some sort of strange fucking brainwashing going on. This is how Phil's stream ended last night. On the podcast. This is utter insanity.
Is what's actually come to fruition over the last 15 years. Pretty crazy to think. I would love someone to analyze that. Someone go out there and actually do a documentary about that. Analyze the hate against me in the last 15 years and how it went from me being the cult leader to literally a cult of people hating me. I would love to see that fleshed out in like a 2-hour documentary, analyzing these fucking people over the years who've done it and actually figuring out who they are, what they have to gain by doing it, and how fucking nuts they are.
So Phil is calling on a detractor documentary where the detractors get doxxed. He wants to know who they are. He wants them all analysed. He wants them all looked at. Phil is actively calling out detractors to get doxxed here. This is a very bizarre thing to try and politically call out for and pray for. Phil is determined to have detractors doxxed so he can fucking find out who they are. This is quite... I mean, Phil, you are a little dictator in your own little fucking soapbox stream here. With your cultivated fucking deadheads. And you're saying to them, please can someone make a detractor documentary and so we can figure out who all these crazy people are that are making fun of me every day on the internet.
That would be way more fascinating than any of these fucking hour-and-a-half, 2-hour documentaries that just literally goes over the same detractor nonsense about me. I would love to see the other side of it. I think that would be the most fascinating thing you could see on the internet. There you go.
I think that's how it ends.
Okay. I think it's time to end the show.
Yeah, that was how it ended, yeah. So, for fuck's sake, that was how Phil ended the podcast yesterday. We missed that because of one bingo, but yeah, my god. My god, that was fucking brutal. Yeah, Jesus, you can... I mean, where do you even fucking begin with that? We need a number. We need a bingo number. So, let's see. What was the first number the first number in chat I saw when I asked for it was 1651 from Toxic Charges. I've seen Twilight Media Corp try and get it in there early with their number. They tried to be a sneaky wee bam, but they put a number in there before I asked for it, so yeah, you don't get that. But yeah, the first one I saw when I asked for it was Toxic Charges with 1651, so we'll use that. Unlucky, Twilight, unlucky. You can't jump the gun like that. You can't be a sneaky wee bam and just say, hey, I'm going to fucking predict the future. No, don't let that shit fly. 1651, we have Toxic Judges. Let's randomise a card, and here we go. This is today's bingo card we have for today's show. We have Phil to say nonsense, him having dead air, him saying now, him using hateful slurs, and him being toxic. The second row is Phil saying schedule, members, chill, him showing YouTuber jealousy, and him saying it is what it is. The third row is Phil saying there you go, him discussing drama, him snorting, him saying something style, and him saying million. And yes, if Phil says million today, I will play the clip. The fourth row is Phil repeating the same point constantly. Him saying life, example, him making that annoying T sound. You know what it goes?
T T T T T T T T T T.
And him saying content. And the fifth and final row is Phil saying detractors or trolls, support, behind the scenes, him scratching the stash, and finally him touching his ear. This is a very strong looking card, and yeah, hopefully we can get off to a flyer. Maybe we can get 2 in a row, because we won in bingo yesterday. After all, we won yesterday, so maybe we can get 2 in a row. Who fucking knows? And we'll have to wait and see. And would you look at that? 672 gifted a membership on DSP Gaming. Fucking wow. Anyway, fuck it. Yep, aim in the game, as you guys will probably know by now, is try and get a full house on the card. We're going to try and get 25 out of 25 on the bingo card you see before you. And yeah, if you do that, one of you guys can potentially win a prize, but only if you left a comment on a community post which is linked in the description of this live stream. Haven't done that, you're knowing my chance of winning a prize. Simple as that. And there's a variety of ways for us to get free spaces for the bingo card you see before you. For example, if Phil snorts 25 times, or burps 10 times before he starts recording for gameplay for YouTube, that gives us all a free space. And if we get 100 likes before we finish playing bingo, not only will that give us a free space as well, but you guys will also get to enjoy the Bubbles animation made by the supremely talented Pixar Animations in celebration of 100 likes. So there we go. I think that's covered all the bases. I think we can crack on with the show and get on with things. And yeah, before we crack on, of course, and before we dive into the bingo, let me just play the random Scottish soundboard sound effects button to launch us into fucking battle.
Shut your hole.
I guess that'll fucking do. Here we fucking go. Good luck, everyone. Whoa, this is normal speed. Let's fix that to 1.25. What's the fucking point of having the speed up juice if I got to fucking tolerate Phil in normal speed? Fuck that shit. 1.25 speed at time go.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the show. It is a chill Tuesday morning. I'm DSP, and I welcome you to the Level 1 podcast. It is the 20th of February, 2024, and I hope you're all doing well. And you're ready for a chill day for sure. Although a day that's a little uncertain, I guess would be the best way to say it, because I'm actually not even sure what we're doing for half of today. Although, based on polling and feedback, it seems like we're actually leaning towards something that I'm not surprised, but it's just funny because I tend to always get conflicting feedback. Let's put it that way. So we're going to talk about that on the show today, particularly today, once again, in the realm of all kinds of game news and stuff. It's dry. It's a dry day, but I think tomorrow's going to be different, and the reason being, tomorrow morning there's actually a Nintendo Direct that's going to take place at all times, 6 a.m. Pacific time. Yeah. So if you want to get up at the crack of dawn to hear about a bunch of Nintendo announcements, good for you. I'll be sleeping. But tomorrow, we will definitely be talking Nintendo with whatever news comes out of that event. But outside of that, everything's been calm and cool, and not too much going on. I feel like next week, there'll be a lot more game news, right? Especially with new releases that are going to start to come out pretty much every week starting next week. So today, there's not a heck of a lot to talk about on the show, but that's okay, because number one, we'll do a brief recap of what we did yesterday. But number two, I'd like to talk about some feedback and probably go to the suggestions box that I set up 3 days ago now to take more of your suggestions. But it's just funny that, again, I feel like when it comes to the feedback I'm getting very big conflicting feedback, and you'll see what I mean in just a moment when we discuss further. Anyway, so today, I'm excited for Baldur's Gate 3. It's a big day, because I feel like after over 80 hours in the playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3, now that we have hit Act 3, we're now in the intro to Act 3, we are getting the big plot dump that we've been looking for the entirety of the game, right? And I almost feel like, and I don't know, I'm guessing here, this is me speculating, because I haven't played Baldur's Gate 3 before, this is my legit first playthrough of the game, I'm speculating that what's going to happen is, we're going to get a big plot dump, and then they're going to unleash us onto the city, and we're going to be free to explore and do whatever we want. And I feel like Baldur's Gate is where you're going to find a lot of the plot conclusions for each character. Like, you'll probably see a plot conclusion for Astarion, where you can either free him from the control of his vampire master, or something else happens. Or Shadowheart, right? Who now has been turned against the cult of Shar. So maybe there's a situation there, either it's a redemption or something. Same thing with Lae'zel, right? Where now the Githyanki don't want her anymore. They see her as like a traitor. Which is hilarious because it wasn't her choice. Like, they turned on her. So what will happen with that, right? So I feel like each character are going to have their big plot culminations, like in this final area of the game. But maybe that's why a lot of people say Act 3 is the weakest act. because the entire game you're working towards this plot line with the Illithids and all of that, and it sounds to me like in Act 3, that's going to take a back seat so that everything else can happen, and maybe the finale is weak. I don't know. You know, again, I haven't played it yet. I'm trying to think, because everyone has always said that Act 3 is the one that you're going to be upset about, because number one, it lacks polish, but that was at launch, and now the game's been out for, you know, many, many months, so maybe they fixed that. But also that, you know, basically, there's a ton more stuff going on at the end game here, and it feels like it's kind of like disjointed, maybe. I don't know. I guess we're going to find out. Like, today, it seems like we're getting our answers that we've been waiting for the entire playthrough. So then I don't know where that's going to go. Like, that might spoil, like I say, it spills the beans. If all the beans are spilled today, then what is the next 40 hours of gameplay, right? Like, what's coming? I don't know. I guess we're going to find out, okay? Anyway, let's find out today together, all right? And basically, just so you guys know, we've got a ton of Baldur's Gate 3 in the next week. We got today and tomorrow, Friday and Saturday, and Tuesday. Yes, we have 5 more Baldur's Gate streams, including today. So that's 15 more hours of gameplay coming before the game finally goes on a hiatus so I can play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Now, I'm not saying that I won't play Baldur's Gate 3. I'm saying we're going to dramatically reduce the amount that I play. So, just to forewarn everyone, it'll be good, though, because we'll already be basically reaching the end game. So, that's fine, right? If we're reaching the end game, then it's okay to say, all right, let's, for a while, like, play less or put it on a little bit of a suspend so we can play Final Fantasy. Uh-oh, Jasper is just finding my new pop guard for the first time. You just saw it? Do you like it, Jasper? I like it better than the old one. I can see the chat better. I can see the chat right now. I don't even have to look around. I can actually see what everyone's saying, right?
Bruh.
Pretty cool. Anyway, so I'm excited for today. I'm excited, honestly, for the next week, where it seems like we're going to get our big, you know, kind of push to the end of the game. And, you know, hopefully we'll have great momentum so that when we have to play it less, it doesn't feel like, oh no, we were right in the midst of getting progress and now we're suspended for a while because we're not playing as much. Because there's no way I'm playing 15 hours in a week. You know, when Final Fantasy VII comes out, that's my focus. And I guarantee you, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is going to be long. It's probably going to end up once again being another 80-hour RPG. That's probably going to take me a month or two to beat. So I'll definitely be focusing a lot on that. I'm very excited for it. It's one of my most hyped, if not my most hyped game of the year so far. So definitely going to go gung-ho into that. So that's that. So let's talk. Let's recap yesterday quickly. And then let's talk about tonight. Because I feel like tonight is really weird. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you're going to see what I mean about conflicting feedback. Okay? Cool. So yesterday was a great streaming day. We got back into full-time gaming while Sunday had been reacting all day long to various things. Yesterday was all progress in various games that I'm playing. First stream was Tekken 8. And I had a lot of fun with that first stream because, first of all, we created a customized version of Yoshimitsu, the character who I've been using in Tekken 8 recently, in the character creator mode, and we made him look like Casey Jones from Ninja Turtles. Now, does he look exactly like Casey Jones? No, we did like a hybrid where he's kind of purple but metallic as well. We basically did as much as we could to make it look pretty cool with the limitations of what the game allows. You know, the game only has certain customizations you can purchase and equip and change the colors of. At first, I was going to make the Shredder, but sadly, they wouldn't let you change the colors of the helmet. It was stuck as like yellow, and I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense. I don't want a yellow Shredder helmet. That wouldn't match the character. So, I was doing, you know, as much as I could. We got the character. It took about half an hour. And I was like, all right, cool. Let's jump into online ranked play. And it went about exactly how I expected it was going to go. And what I mean by that is, by the way, I hear landscapers outside. They can't be ours. Our landscapers come on Wednesday. So if you hear that noise, I can't do anything about it. I think that might be next door or something. Anyway, so we jumped into ranked play. And basically right away, you know, the first hour, I'm just trouncing all the opponents. And everyone's like, I don't get it. I thought he was going to play ranked. That's how ranked works. When you start playing ranked play, you have to climb the ranks. So I'm playing at the bottom of the ranks and basically beating, you know, noobs who are down at the bottom and don't really know what they're doing. But man, once we got to like the second hour, it got really good. Like I started playing people of my ranking or higher, and the matches are getting great. Even people who are ranked higher than me, I am hanging and doing well in matches, and in some cases beating them. And that's a good sign, right? It's more of a sign that I'm not playing as much as most other people who are playing Tekken. Like, you know, a lot of the people playing Tekken online, they're playing pretty much constantly. It's their game right now. And I play it, what, twice a week? So my rankings aren't great. But then when I actually play it, I actually beat the crap out of some people who are ranked higher than me, which is great.
Phil, you're assuming a lot. Like, if someone's better than you in a fucking game, you're assuming they play it every day. Why? Just because they beat you? Because they're better than you? Because they whipped your ass?
Hey, but right now, my biggest shortcomings in Tekken, number one would be execution. I still feel like I have some issues with execution, notably blocking low. Like, the big thing in Tekken is high-low mix-ups and, like, counter hits, and I keep getting high-low mixed up all the time. I'm not blocking low effectively almost never, okay? So because of that, you know, there's some characters that have really fast sweeps that lead to combos. Or characters who like start attacking high, then all of a sudden their combo goes low and interrupts what you're doing. And that gets me every time. And that's going to come with time playing the game, recognizing those high-low moves and being able to block them appropriately, or, you know, stuffing or stopping them. But I'm just not there yet. You know, for me, the basics was, okay, learn the heat mechanics, right? Learn basic combos and juggles. Learn what moves are good punishes. Learn the properties of the throws and things each character I'm using. Once all those basics are established, now you get to the more specific character knowledge. And ultimately, that's where my weakness is in Tekken right now. It's character knowledge. For example, I went to fight a Raven yesterday. I don't think the Raven was particularly good. I just think I don't know Raven's moves. So this person's doing all these moves where Raven like looks like he's gonna attack you, but then a clone appears, and I don't know what to do. Like, can I attack that clone? Or if I attack that clone, is that like a counter move? There were clones floating out of the sky. There were clones, you know, coming from both directions. There were clones coming out of his ass, and I didn't know what to do. Like, I don't even know how this hits. Is this a low hit, a high hit? Is this a throw? You can't tell until you play against the characters enough, right? So right now, my weakness in Tekken 8 is visual recognition of moves and character knowledge to know how do I block or how do I attack against these characters that aren't considered standard Tekken characters, you know?
Basically, you're a fucking shit at the game still. Like, you know, you're not a fucking dupe of the game, but you're not fucking great either. And so you got all these fucking excuses as to why you're not fucking great yet. You're fucking thinking to yourself, I'm going to be fucking great one day, wait until I fucking play a few more fucking streams, and I'll be the fucking best player in the fucking world, and then it'll be me getting a fucking legacy award at Streamer Awards.
Oh, like, any character from like Tekken 1 through 4, I probably know already. But once you get to the characters that started getting weirder from like Tekken 5, 6, you know, the Alisas, the Lars, Raven, some of the newer characters from the last few as well, that are just like oddball characters, I just don't know much about them. And so it's more of a trial and error, or guessing. Oh, maybe now's my opening, right? Or maybe that's a low attack and just trying to get. But yeah, I am having a lot of problems blocking on reaction. Now that got better over time with Street Fighter 6, where over the course of several months, right, I started learning all the different character moves and matchups, and okay, no, they're gonna try to hit me low and block, right? But right now it's very slow in that regard, but I feel like I'll get better with practice. So actually, during this, you know, 2.5 hours of online session of ranked MP, I did superb. It was Eamon was here, and he's been counting all my wins and losses in Tekken 8, and I think he said I did like 35 wins and like 11 losses. Like, he did the math, and it was a 76% win-loss ratio. That's great for my first ranked session with the character. Of course, keep in mind now.
Oh my God! What's up?
Thank you very much to Twilight Media Corp for the super chat, who says, oops, so again, I'm showing again, sorry. A little to buy your pup a new chew toy, big ups. Thank you very much. So I was actually home today with the wee bugs. So Tuesdays are the day I spend at home to work, well, puppy sitting, because my fiance goes to work on Tuesdays into the office. So today this was my puppy day, puppy patrol day for me. He was actually quite good. He was quite solid today. Like, he didn't bite me as much today, you know, which is nice. Yes, he has some more chew toys as well. We fucking just, you know, anytime he gets fucking in the mood, I'm just throwing all sorts of toys at him so he doesn't fucking go for my arms and fucking fingers. But yeah, it was a pretty decent day. He was good for the most part, you know, and he let me know as well. He's actually starting to learn to kind of try and let you know when he needs to fucking, you know, do something, you know, do his business toilet wise. So as soon as he let me know, fucking grabbed him, just threw him out in the back garden, and I was like, yeah, you fucking done something. He's like, yeah, well done, boy. Fucking made sure he knew he done a good thing, you know. Fucking gave him a wee treat, just fucking praised him. So yes, he done a shit, so he done it outdoors where he was meant to. Have some fucking biscuits, boy. But yeah, it was, yeah, good wee day though. Got my work done as well, you know what I mean? And yeah, managed to, it's one of those things as well. He just, once he's done, you know what I mean, like with his little bursts of energy, all he wants to do is just chill, like, on you. Like, he sleeps on you a lot. It's his favourite spot to sleep is basically on someone. So I'm kind of just like lounging and like I'm just kind of lying on the fucking couch trying to work with a laptop, you know, and he's in between me and the laptop, just chilling and snoozing, and I'm just trying to look over him while he's fucking sleeping. just to try to fucking, you know, do some work or punish some chaps or whatever, or fucking funny, you know, process some of these accounts or but yeah, good wee day. But I'm back in the office tomorrow, you know, back to normal tomorrow.
I leveled up Yoshimitsu a lot, so now when I play again, I'll be playing much tougher competition, okay? I would say my biggest weakness are the Mishimas, because the Mishimas have really fast counter-hitting moves, such as the God Fist, you know, and they all have a different version, the electric, the wind, the whatever they are, and they're also fast, and they have big reach, and if they hit you, it's a counter hit that launches, and now they usually have a giant juggle after, and it could lead to, like, a wall push, and sometimes just one of those things hitting could lead to the end of a whole round, and that's rough. And a lot of them also have these tricky moves, like Jin certainly has a lot of tricky high-low moves that I don't recognize yet. So I gotta play more, you know. But I had a great time. I'm genuinely enjoying my time and my climb in Tekken 8. Keep in mind something, all right? Ever since Street Fighter 6 came out, this is the first time in many, many years that I've taken fighting games seriously. And I'm approaching Tekken 8 with a very similar mindset to Street Fighter 6. I know that I'm not good at it, but I need to put the time in and invest to learn, and I feel like I'm actually getting better every time I play, rather than me, how I used to cover fighting games, where I would flub around and basically just fail a lot, rage at it, pick a new character, try to do basics, and then rage again, and then basically quit the game. I'm not doing that anymore, right?
But the thing is, though, nobody wants to fucking watch you do that, though, Phil. Why would they watch you try your hardest at a game that you're not that fucking good at, when people can just go to other fucking proven Tekken players and watch their genuine quality gameplay? Look, congratulations, Phil, you're enjoying Tekken, you're actually genuinely enjoying a game. Good for you, pal. But your audience don't give a shit. The fact that they would rather have you do some sort of chill Q&A session with them instead of fucking play Tekken later on tonight screams volumes as to how much enjoyment or lack of enjoyment they get from you playing Tekken.
So, right. Anyway.
That's a leaning ban if ever I saw one. I don't think it's on the card though today. Leaning ban is not on the card, so that's a bit of a shame. A little angry shake of the head and a leaning ban.
So, yeah, I'm liking it. And here's the thing, though. Again, I'll just reemphasize. You might say, well, if you're liking it so much, then why aren't you playing it more? Right? Why aren't you playing it more?
Because your audience doesn't like it as much, and he's about to fucking blame them right now.
Why aren't you putting more time into it? You know, you're only playing it like twice a week right now. Friday night fights and then like one more stream. The answer is simple. Because you guys aren't asking for it. All right? I'm just being honest. If all of you were more into Tekken and asking for it more, and if when I played it, more people would show up and more people would engage, I'd play it more. With Street Fighter 6, we had that. Like with Street Fighter 6, absolutely, there were a lot more people into it, who would show up and engage and support and seemed committed. Like the climb, remember we were counting wins and losses. We were excited to see when I was going to hit a certain rank with a certain character. It was a grind, but it was an awesome grind to see me improve over time after having been so detached from competitive Street Fighter for so long to finally get back into it, right? It was really neat. Well, I don't think it's the same thing with Tekken at all, right? Which I'll be honest, it's sad because I do like the game a lot. I actually am liking Tekken 8 a lot more than I thought I would, and I think it is because I am approaching it from a competitive mindset and a willingness to learn, as opposed to previously, I didn't do that. It was like, oh, it's a new fighting game. So I'll play the story mode, I'll do a couple arcade runs, I'll mess around with a few characters, and then within a week I'll start raging at the game and I'll drop it, right? But that's not my mentality anymore. Now I like these games for longevity purposes. I want to keep fighting games in my rotation in some respect, right? So I absolutely am liking my time with it, but I don't know how to make my audience like the game more. I just don't.
Can I fucking force... Look, they don't want to watch you play Tekken. That sucks for you because you want people to enjoy it. They don't enjoy it. Accept it and play something they will enjoy. Or just keep pretending that their fucking input doesn't mean a damn thing, keep playing the game anyway. Like you have been doing for the past few weeks.
I can't make the game look good because I'm not good at it, right? I'm not really raging at the game. I'm not, maybe that's what it is. Maybe people really like the toxic rage of me playing Street Fighter 6 and freaking out at losing. And that's not really happening that much in Tekken.
It kind of is. The fact that people can still make compilations of your salty rage moments from Tekken proves it still is very much a thing that's prominent in these Tekken streams. But you're just not that good at the game, and it's not that entertaining to watch you play these games. Your own audience can't be arsed, Phil. That's not me speaking as a detractor, that's just me fucking stating facts. You know yourself, your own audience don't want to give it a fucking time of day. There's some numbers of profit there. Baldur's Gate free averages $100 a stream, Tekken averages between $30 to $40 a stream. The average for Tekken is not even the tier 1 goal.
I say that I'm winning non-stop, but even my losses, I'm like, damn, the character knowledge. Like the Raven yesterday, I was like, I 100% lost and having no idea what's going on. And it's just like, there's a difference between getting angry because you lost because of the functionality of the online player. You swear you did the moves didn't come out, or something's really cheap and abusive, versus I just have no idea why I lost because I've never seen any of that before, right? So, anyway, I want more Tekken. I do. I'm going to keep Tekken in the rotation. I have no plans to remove Tekken from the rotation. I really like the game. I feel like Yoshimitsu right now is a great character, and I want to keep improving with the character. Out of all the characters I've used, Yoshimitsu seems like the one with the most variety right now, because he has these stance changes and everything. I have all these different tricks and psych outs and things that can lead to combos and punishes, which is really great. The only catch is damage. He doesn't do as much damage output, I would say, as like Paul. Oh my God, if Paul catches you with like one counter hit, it's just insane amount of damage. Same with King. If King can catch you with his throws, I mean, mixing you up and taking a big third of your life bar with a crazy throw, as opposed to, you know, Yoshimitsu really has to get in a bunch of hits. So I'm liking it, and I want to play more, but it is what it is. I can't keep playing a game that isn't really getting that much demand. You understand? I have to give you what you want, essentially. I have to find that balance.
Burger.
So I loved Tekken yesterday. It was great. So last night's late stream was Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, and it pretty much went as smoothly as I had hoped, meaning we took all of the currency that I had raised doing the Dondoko Island co-op with my wife over the last week, $96,000. And we went out on a crazy shopping spree. We bought level 4 weapons for each of my characters. Okay? Then we went to the vocational school and did every single training course, leveling all of my stats up to level 6 and allowing me to then go back to the tour business and buy all the jobs. So now every job available is unlocked in the game up to this point in chapter 6. Then we went and found all the crafting items. And we went and crafted excuse me, this stupid post-nasal drip is really pissing me off this morning. I'm really starting to lose my cool because I just want to do the podcast and it won't stop dripping down the back of my sinuses, and I'm really going to get angry in a second.
Oh wow, I muted the microphone so you can have a disgusting little throat clear cough. See, sometimes I need to cough as well, but I always mute the microphone. He rarely mutes the microphone.
I'm just tired of it.
I will count that as dead air. That should definitely count as dead air. So,
Burger.
yeah. I mean, I know technically he was making noises, but the fact of the matter is it was dead air because it was on mute. And he was still there. So I believe dead air should still count. That's just my take on that. In case people are wondering, Phil's day yesterday in terms of financial support was not fantastic. Tekken 8, 52 buckaroos. Like a Dragon, 20. 20. And 15 of those $20 was from one person. Fucking ouch. That's a lot of damage. Bloody hell. Anyway, let's crack on. Bingo, doing quite well so far. How far am I behind Phil? 17 minutes, not too bad. I'm gonna let him cook.
You know, the shortcomings of the human body. What did I do to deserve post-nasal drip my whole life? Didn't do anything.
Oh, he said life. Oh, this is gonna be great. You know what? I'm gonna take life.
Burger.
Then I'm going to rewind this, and we're going to enjoy this bizarre. I assume this is a rant about his shitey fucking body and how he doesn't fucking look after himself. This is potential gold here. Come on, Phil. Don't disappoint us. Don't disappoint us now.
I'm just tired of it. You know, the shortcomings of the human body. What did I do to deserve post-nasal drip my whole life? Didn't do anything wrong. You don't get it because you mistreat your body. You just get it. Fucking hereditary. My dad has it. I have to suffer with it the rest of my goddamn life, and it's disgusting. I've had enough of it, and I want to make content for you, and I'm sitting here with it pouring down my sinuses like a faucet. It's in my throat. It's disgusting.
Oh my good god. It's hereditary. Fuck you, Dad. Fuck you, Aunt.
Burger.
5 in a row. That's concerning.
Yeah, Phil said content there, but I'm just waiting for him. I'm waiting for a fucking brief pause. Remember, he blamed his dead aunt. She had gout and didn't convey that knowledge to the family. So Phil was busy eating like red meats and steaks and all that jazz during the height of his fucking YouTube glory days and his popularity. And then his aunt reveals, by the way, I've got gout. You know, and she had it for a while, but she didn't disclose it to the family. And Phil's like, if I'd known that, I would have been careful of what I ate. Now I've got gout too. Hand on heart, that is what Phil said. Phil blamed his aunt for him getting gout. Because Phil stuffed his fucking piggy face with things like steaks, not a shit, during the fucking height of his fucking YouTube gravy train days. And he wasn't fucking looking after himself properly or whatever. And because he had a fucking aunt that had gout, Phil got gout. And so it's her fucking fault. Phil, you being so upset with yourself having post-nasal drip, part of me wants to think that's karma, because you're such a little cunt.
You know, you get to a point where you had enough. It's like, enough of this shit. And some people say, well, why is it that it only seems to affect you on certain streams? First of all, it usually is the worst in the morning. I don't know why, if there's a reason for that or not, but it usually is the absolute worst in the morning. By the time we get midway through my first stream, usually it's calmed down, and usually it doesn't affect me that much at night. The only time it affects me is if I sneeze. If I sneeze, then it like turns on again. And it's just like Niagara Falls back there, and then it takes a while for it to dry up again. So, it is what it is for now. I just have to suffer with it, and I really apologize for it. I hate it. It really bothers me as much as it bothers you. I'm the one sitting here coughing, you know, it's tickling my throat as I'm trying to talk. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, we're counting every single fucking one of those snorts, Phil, so yeah, it bothers everyone.
Continuing on. So last night, shopping spree and Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. Bought level 4 weapons, did all the vocational school courses, got all of the jobs unlocked that are available in the game up to this point, got blacksmithing items, went to the blacksmith, and leveled up those level 4 weapons a bunch. So essentially, like, we evolved them, basically, made better level weapons. So now, even though we're like level, I think we started at level 24, 25, we were fighting at a level 35 level. Like, that's the equipment we have is way overpowered for our level. And the reason I know that is because at the end of the stream, we went back into the challenge dungeon, and we entered the second floor. The first floor was all low-level stuff. We entered the second floor, and all the enemies there were like 10 levels above me, but I beat them. I actually went through the entire first floor, and I fought enemies that were showing as pink-level enemies to me. And they even had the crowns. They were the mini-bosses, and we still beat them, right?
They had the crowns?
Fucking inflatable fucking crown!
If they weren't fucking inflatable fucking crowns, I'm no interested, Phil. Those are the only one true crown that only fucking counts. I'm annoyed. Phil lacks the fucking lung capacity to blow up the fucking inflatable fucking crown for regular use. He blew it up one fucking time. It deflated after like fucking 2 days, and he's like, you know what? I don't want to fucking keep blowing up for fucking hack goals. We're just not going to include the fucking inflatable fucking crown anymore. Phil wearing the fucking inflatable fucking crown was fucking hilarious. Almost as funny as him fucking wearing a goddamn Pikachu hat.
Still defeated them, which was great. I was like, wow, and we got tons of rewards. We went from level 24 up to like level 28 by the end of the stream. Tons of experience.
Oh, you're kidding me, D-Dog. He actually binned the fucking... It had a hole in it. He actually binned. We're never going to see the crown again. Oh, that's heartbreaking. That's just, I'm fucking pressing F to say pay respects to the fucking crown. That's got me good. That hits me right in the feels right there. We're never going to see the fucking inflatable fucking crown again unless someone fucking sends him a brand new one. Or he takes his ass back to fucking Burger King and gets a fresh one. That hurts me more than I can say.
Experience points, learn all these new abilities, and get this. So we started with $96,000. Spent it all. Went into this dungeon, and within 30 minutes, we got 40-something thousand back again. So we earned half our money back in like 25 minutes, as opposed to the 5 hours of grinding it took in Dondoko Island to get the 96,000. So now that we've got the equipment needed, the best way to earn money in the game is the challenge dungeon. That's what I mean about Dondoko Island. It's really not necessary. Once you try it out and you learn the ropes and you do the first few levels of it, the first few, star levels, you really don't have to do it anymore. All right. Now there is an end of Dondoko Island reward. If you do beat it, you get a super ultimate attack that actually is an attack that came from the first game. I know because my wife told me. If you beat it, you get the satellite laser attack, which means that a laser comes out of the sky and it just like hits all the enemies for giant damage. It's kind of like a last resort Hail Mary. If you're losing a fight, that's what you use it for. I don't think I'm going to need it. Nor do I think I'm going to need the money from Dondoko. If I can literally play for 20 minutes and earn $40,000, I'm pretty sure if we went an hour or two and actually beat the entire level 2 of the challenge dungeon, I'd have hundreds of thousands of dollars. So what's the point, right? Anyway, so yeah, I don't think we're going to go back to Dondoko, just being honest here. I think that playing the game normally will be the way to go. So by the end of last night's stream, monstrous progress. I was very pleased with how it went. Now when we play it again, it's going to be focusing on actually playing the game again. For 2 weeks, we took a departure from this game. No plot, no side missions. It was literally rush through the game and grind to unlock Dondoko, then do Dondoko. Now it's done, and now we can get back to the main game again. Okay? So I'm excited to do major side stories, also the main plot, when we resume on Wednesday. So there you go. Okay, so
Burger.
That was yesterday. Now, you guys have been voting on 2 things. The first thing you're voting on is what you would like to see me do for the next Retro React stream coming up on Sunday night over on my DSP Throwback channel. And I want to give you guys an update on that, because the voting is close, but it absolutely seems to me like it is going in a certain direction that I think is probably going to stick. I'm going to be honest. I do feel like it is going to stick in this regard, so let's talk about that. Let me get it open here. So,
Fuck you, Phil.
you can currently vote on a poll on the DSP Throwback channel. You can find that youtube.com/@DSP Throwback on the community tab. And the poll is as follows. So far, we had a great time with the Retro React streams. Thanks to those who've attended and or watched the videos on demand here on the channel. I'm going to do another stream on Sunday, February 25th at 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. What game do you want to see me react to this time? Vote here and good luck. Option number 1, more Red Dead Redemption 1. 8% of the vote, by far the absolute least. So I guess people are like, meh, which is weird because when Red Dead wasn't available to watch at all on the internet, people were screaming for it. So now I'm putting the playthrough on the internet and offering to react to it, and everyone's like, meh.
How many people were screaming for it, Phil? One person screaming doesn't mean they're all screaming for it. It's like, did you expect the entire internet to stop what they're fucking doing so they could fucking check out your shitey fucking Red Dead content? Where half of it's fucking the goddamn, you know, it's clipped from other channels essentially? Pretending, you know, you're a fucking editor, remastered them? Oh, for fuck's sake. What the fuck?
So it's funny how many years people were angry that Red Dead was gone, and now it's coming back and doesn't seem to be that interesting to too many people. There's like maybe 150 people watching the playthrough at this point, but I get the feeling over time more will. You know, it's kind of a slow trickle thing. It is a very old playthrough, by the way. Option number 2, more Dark Souls 1. 22% of the vote. So a good chunk. Option number 3, more Heavy Rain. 41% of the vote. Wow, that's a huge chunk. And Bully, my 2013 original run, 30% of the vote. With 377 votes cast, keep in mind this poll will be running all week long until essentially Sunday of next week when the stream goes on. Now, do I expect many more votes? Maybe like 100. I think last time we got around 500 votes by the time the week had passed. So let's see. If you haven't voted yet, absolutely you could skew this vote, because to give you perspective, 1% is about 3 votes. Okay? There's an 11% differential between Heavy Rain and Bully. Okay? So 20, 30 people voting could skew the votes right now and could flip it. You know, if 100 people vote, which probably another 100 people will vote over the week, you could even see a game like Dark Souls 1 win this. So it's up to you. And by the way, I should say this as well. You may not be aware of this. At least last time I checked, on YouTube, you could change your vote too. So let's say you had voted for Red Dead Redemption. And you're like, oh crap, it's obviously not going to work. I want to cast my vote for one of the others that has a chance to win. I think you could change your vote. So you might want to look into that. I think you can go back and re-vote and it'll change your vote. That's how YouTube polling works. I know that sounds really weird. Imagine if you voted for the President of the United States and it looked like they were going to lose, so you retracted your vote and you voted for somebody else instead before the election was over. But that seems to be how YouTube polling works. Figure that one out, okay?
Anybody care what this guy thinks?
No! So anyway, please vote. Now listen, I'm happy with any of these. If we go do more Heavy Rain, I would love it. It was hilarious when we did Heavy Rain on Sunday night. I had a really great time with it. So 0 complaints for me if we end up doing more Heavy Rain. In regards to the Heavy Rain videos so far, they're doing pretty good. The first part already has over 1,000 views. The second part has nearly 300 views. And I think that that's probably what'll happen all week, is that each part will get a few more hundred views and fewer hundred views, and part 1 will get a little bit more because it's part 1. So check it out. And by the way, Red Dead, every other day there's a new part on the channel, and Final Fantasy 13, every other day there's a new part on the channel. So continue to check that stuff out, and I hope you enjoyed the throwback content, and please vote if you haven't, okay? So that's poll number 1, all right? The other poll that you guys are voting on, which is very interesting, because it was for tonight's late stream. And you might say, tonight's late stream, you mean on DSP Gaming? Don't you have more than enough stuff to do? Why would there be a poll on what we were doing on Tuesday night? Well, interestingly enough, we were going to do Dondoko Island Co-op tonight, but we quit it out. We're not going to do it anymore. We even found it's not even needed anymore. So we basically have a free night to do whatever. And so I proposed a lot of options the other day. I said, oh, what about Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3? What about a Game Pass night? What about Tekken 8? What about just a chill night where we hang out? And basically people kind of weighed in over the course of the day. It doesn't seem like many people want Call of Duty anymore. It seems like that's kind of ran its course. There's not much demand for it anymore. And with the Game Pass thing, even though I liked the idea of a Game Pass night, the problem with the Game Pass night is that it doesn't really make sense when you don't have time to play Game Pass games, right? If in the next few weeks we were freeing up several slots in the schedule and we were gonna have games to needed to play, I'd be like, oh, Game Pass night makes tons of sense. Let's do it. Let's pick games. Let's explore. We don't need that. Already, I'm so busy with Baldur's Gate 3, Tekken 8, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, and now coming up Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and then there's more games in March coming out. I don't have time for filler games, right? So honestly, it doesn't make sense to be doing a Game Pass night right now, all right? So last night, I posted up a poll on the main channel page here on DSP Gaming. If you didn't see it, it was on the community tab, and you could still vote, all right? But just so you know...
Well, he's taking forever to get to the fucking point. Basically, he asked the fucking audience this. Do you want to have Tekken 8 tonight, or do you want to have some sort of chill Q&A? And chill Q&A was winning the vote, like 53% to 47% or some pish like that. People generally would rather just have him sit there and talk uncomfortably and answer questions awkwardly for 2 hours than watch him play Tekken. At least that was the last time I saw the results, that was the fucking results. Let's see what Phil's update is on these results.
I want to give you the options for it. Here, let me go, where is it? Your channel, because I want to go to the community tab and actually look at the voting. It was very close, actually. So you guys are voting on 2 options. Option number 1, Tekken 8, more Casey Mitsu, which is my custom Yoshimitsu ranked multiplayer, because it went so well yesterday, and I'm getting much better with the character. I figured why not keep that streak alive and keep it going. The other option is chill with Phil, just talking and relaxing and having like a 2-hour late night chill session. It could be about anything. You can bring up topics, we can do Q&A, we can do suggestion box stuff, we can do whatever you want, all right? Here's the current polling with 570 votes in. Tekken 8, 46%. Chill with Phil, 54%. Okay? That's what we've got for results. And now I want to talk a little bit about confusing feedback. Okay? So here's what I mean about this. If you guys aren't aware, I have a suggestion box thread open for like 3 days now, right? And the suggestion box basically is like, just tell me what you want, you know, improve me. I want constructive criticism. And I'm approving all the suggestion box posts. And I'm not reading them fully, but I'm skimming them as I approve them. And I can tell you right now, a lot of the people posting in the suggestion box are saying things like, streamline the podcast, make the podcast shorter, less time talking, more time with gameplay. I'm not kidding. That's what it says in the suggestion box. Okay? Okay? That's the feedback you're leaving in the suggestion box. So then I do a poll, what do you want to see Tuesday night? And the majority of people are voting for, let's just hang out and talk.
Because I don't want to see Tekken. If the fucking option was for Baldur's Gate 3 instead of Tekken, then Baldur's Gate 3 would have likely had far more fucking percent of the votes. But, Phil, you simply cannot refuse to accept that your audience just do not want to see you play fucking Tekken. The common denominator here is that people don't want to see Tekken. They were told just clearly. The fucking on-demand views tell you. Support streams tell you. The actual feedback you've been given from your audience, multiple members of your audience tells you they don't want to see you play it. If you enjoy it, that's cool. Play it in your own downtime. Make it a day off game. Make it a fucking chill little after stream game. Sometimes when I'm finished streaming, I play like, you know, Red Dead 2 or Rocket League or whatever, you know. I have my own downtime games when I'm fucking done doing streams or whatever. We all do, I think, you know, for fuck's sake. But Phil, Tekken is not desired. People don't want to see you play it. People don't care.
You mean like what I do on the podcast? That the suggestion box is telling me to do less of? Huh? How does that make any sense? And the answer is it doesn't. None of it makes sense. I'm getting conflicting information. For example, we have seen in the last few weeks, actually what's happening on a lot of daytime streams is that people are coming by and they're talking and engaging in the podcast and supporting the stream on the podcast.
But that's because you asked them to, Phil. 1 minute man gives you half the fucking tier 1 tips go straight out the fucking bat regardless, doesn't fucking matter what happens. And 2, you have constantly told your audience in the past to fucking get a support in early if they're going to support. You have asked them up front, please tip early so you guys have more times to enjoy the rewards. They have more time to enjoy the hat go, they have more time to enjoy the vest go. You have called out your audience for not supporting you early enough. If they leave it too late in the fucking stream, you complain that you have no time to even get the fucking hat or get the fucking vest. So they're following your instructions, Phil, by supporting bright and early, like you requested. And you still...
Oh my dog! What's up?
Thank you very much to Profit for the super chat, who says, well, you don't really play Rocket League, driving around the arena and scoring on yourself isn't really playing. Listen, yeah, bald fucking pervert. I'm still, the challenge is still there, Profit, alright? I will 4-on-1 you and three of your fucking pals in Rocket League. One of me against 4 of yous, I would win. That challenge is still laid down. That challenge is waiting to be answered. You know, the challenge is still there. You find people to play the game with you and be on your team, I will 4-on-1 beat yous. That's all I'm going to leave it at that. Membership idea as well. And of course, Profit fucking saying 4-on-1 sounds like a Brazzers video. Tone successfully lowered. Congratulations. Let's crack on with the bingo. Thanks for the super chat though.
Right? We're getting things like tips and super chats and memberships and gifted memberships during the podcast. Then I start to play the game and all the contributions.
Ruh-roh. YouTube froze. Why you freeze, YouTube? Give me a second. I know what to do. Let me just do that. I have a solution for fixing this. It's called just spamming a Scottish soundboard until it fixes.
Come the fuck in or fuck the fuck off.
Hello there.
Is there nothing on the internet that I won't masturbate to?
That worked.
And memberships and gifted memberships during the podcast. Then I start to play the game and all the contributions just stop. The engagement dies off. People leave. I sometimes have more viewers on this podcast than I do for the gameplay sessions. It's going to happen today. Right now we have 394 people on the podcast, and when I play Baldur's Gate, we get between 200-300, right? So you're telling me I have more of an audience for the podcast and more support for the podcast, but then my feedback is do less of the podcast. And it makes me scratch my head and wonder, you know, what is this feedback then? Right? On the one hand, people are saying do less of this, but then that's what's getting the most attention, the most support, and people are now voting in a poll for more of it. So, huh? Right? I just don't get it. It makes me confused. It absolutely makes me confused. So I don't know how to take that feedback, nor do I know how to respond to it or how to improve my content when I'm literally getting two completely opposite impressions from feedback I'm getting. Right?
So people want less podcast, essentially. They want more gameplay, but they don't want Tekken gameplay. That's how I, interpret that message that your audience are giving you. It doesn't seem that complicated to me. You're the one that's intentionally complicating it because you just don't want to fucking admit that your audience doesn't want to watch you play Tekken.
Right? In fact, what we've been talking about recently is me moving forward, okay? And me becoming older. I'm not going to be Mr. Full-Time Gamer forever. I'm 41 years old. I'm actually going to be 42 in less than 2 months. Holy shit. My birthday's almost here. It's being pretty crazy, right? As I've told you guys, when I do this, okay? Certain days, today not so bad, but some days worse, I get really bad tenseness, pain in my right hand. I feel all the muscles here in these fingers are tense and tight, and sometimes I get shooting pain and either numbness in the hand. It's carpal tunnel, and I know I'm going to get it. I've been playing games full-time. Well, not full-time, but games non-stop, daily, for the last 15 to 16 years of my life. That's almost half of my life, right? So obviously, as I get older, this is going to become a problem, right? I'm not going to be able to just sit around and do this anymore. So I need to find a way to diversify content. It can't just be Phil sits around and plays video games all day, all right? But then at the same time, I get feedback, and the feedback is do less of the podcast so you have more time to play games.
So Phil, how about this then? Instead of you asking people what do they want to fucking see so you can make as much money as fucking possible from them, how about you think to yourself, what am I fucking good at doing? What qualities do you fucking have that could turn those qualities that you possess into good potential YouTube content? That's not for your audience to fucking determine. That is for you to fucking decide. Like, let's use myself as a fucking example. There are a variety of different detractor streamers out there. You've got Meerkat, you've got Branddude, you've got Dudy as well, everything else. You have so many options for people that cover Phil's antics and and restream Phil. And it's a case of sometimes it's like, so what's so when I started thinking of should I do restreams myself, my thought was, what can I do that others are not doing? Like I don't want to just fucking copy fucking anyone. It's not fun just to copy someone. And it's all very well saying I'm different because I have my own ideas and fucking thoughts or whatever. I was like, what can I do that will stand out from other people? Try and make Phil a bit more bearable as well, make it a bit more fun. And so I thought we'll turn it into a game. We'll turn it into a game of fucking bingo, So yeah, and the ideas grow in arms and legs, and lo and behold, we have these streams on a regular basis where we're fucking playing a game of bingo while we're enduring Phil's shitey podcast. Is it the best detractor stream? God, no. There's definitely better detractor streams out there. Piece of Peace, Meerkat, 2 top tier, detractor streamers, undeniably. And also people like Brandon as well, usually killing it, when they crushing it and everything else. But still though, we're here to have fun, we're here to have a good time, we're here to do something a bit different. Phil though cannot do anything by himself because he's terrified of making a move unless his audience buy in. He's terrified to fucking make a decision on what game to play. He's terrified of making a decision on what new thing to seek doing. He's just scared to fucking death of taking a gamble and trying something to surprise his audience. Sometimes the audience like to be fucking surprised with something. Sometimes they like it when the content creator that they subscribe to, they like, just surprise them with, oh, I didn't expect them to do this today, that's pretty cool, that's a nice wee surprise. No, but Phil though, it's when the audience determines everything. It's like, I mean, and then, okay, and let's just say, so for Phil in the last few years, The audience have decided everything. And when it's gone well, Phil's like, great, look at me, I'm making amazing content for you guys because you guys are obviously supporting it and loving it. When it's not gone well, it's the audience's fucking fault for telling them to play that fucking game, for suggesting them to play that fucking game. The audience fucking picked a bad game for them, and it's the audience to get thrown under the fucking bus. At what point will it come, will people just kind of get it through their heads in Phil's audience that Phil should really be the one to make these decisions? It's all very well trying to say I'm just trying to get feedback from the audience and do what they want to do, but there's a difference between trying to get feedback to make things better and just using your audience to try and just fleece as much dollars from it as possible.
The problem right now is it takes you too long to get through games. But did we not just have the discussion that I'm getting older and I shouldn't play as many games and we should diversify the content? Then why are you telling me to do less of the podcast to play more games? It doesn't make sense. And that's what I mean. Like, I'm really trying to grasp everything going on here. Like, it seems like there's definitely two routes that are happening. If you want the truth, here's what I really think is happening. I have a very different fan base that splits, right? I've been doing this for 16 years. You've got people who've been around for 16 years who like the content and want to see it continue in the way that they're used to. They want me to play a lot of games. They want to see me play all the hot new releases. They're upset when I skip games. Some people are so pissed at me because I skipped Suicide Squad, because I'm not checking out Helldivers, right? I didn't try Foam Stars. I'm not playing Persona 3 Reload. You know, they're angry at me. Why didn't you play all those games? Old Phil used to play every game, and now you're not playing those games? No. New Phil, modern Phil, is a live streamer. I can't play all those games. There's just not enough time. It's not viable, right? So there's not much I can really do about that, you know? But that's it. People are so used to the old days. Before I was a streamer, in 1 week I would beat 4 games, because first of all, games were much shorter. You know, the average game back then was 8 to 12 hours long. So you could play through a whole game in a few sessions and move on to the next. But in addition to that, now there's just a lot more games out at once, so you can't really play them all, right? And I'm a live streamer, meaning everything I do is on a stream that I have to have scheduled for you guys to be here to see it live, because that's how I make my livelihood. Back in the day, there was no direct capture, no live streaming. I could literally play as much or as little as games I wanted in one day, as long as I uploaded the videos. And then the videos would get tons of views, and ad revenue would pay for my life, right? Now I have to be here on stream, but that's way less time, because it's about being here on a schedule, interacting with you guys, making sure the stream's running, playing a certain amount of gameplay, then having to upload separate, because you can't upload when you're streaming. That kills your bandwidth. Can't do that. So, you know, it's got to be limited. I used to actually be able to record and then upload while recording. So that's another reason why I would put out more gameplay. Every time I went to upload a batch of videos, I sat right back down and started playing again. I literally can't even do that right now. When I'm uploading, I can't stream. It's not possible, right? So, yeah, I've got to find that perfect balance. I do. And again, I'm seeing the future.
Here is what the most fundamental issue is for Phil and his content. I'm going to try and say this as politely as I can, so it doesn't just come off as a detractor saying something mean. Phil didn't really have to work hard to get success on YouTube back in the day. I'm not saying he didn't fucking put a lot of time into it. Yes, he committed a lot of time into doing what he did, but it was easy to do what he fucking did as well. He just sat in his arse and played a game and just fucking turboed through it. He had a fucking game guide to try and fucking turbo through it as fast as fucking possible so he could fucking move on to the next game and then move on to the next game and move on to the fucking next game. It wasn't also, he had his own fucking schedule and his own life, you know what I mean? He fucking, you know, he was up till fucking the small wee hours of the fucking morning as well, doing random shit. He was getting paid per view. And so he would make videos on literally anything. Oh, I got a new game. Let's unbox it together. Or, oh, I'm hungry in the middle of the fucking night. Let's make a fucking sandwich and film that. It's like literally anything. He would fucking, and he had the audience and he had a fucking ridiculous contract, and so he milked that for all it was fucking worth. I have always said to Phil, well done for milking that ridiculous Machinima contract for all it was worth. He squeezed every possible fucking penny and then some from that crazy fucking views-based contract from Machinima. So Phil raked in a lot of big fucking money without having to necessarily work very hard to get that money. He got a lot of success without putting in the required effort that most people would have to do to get that success. But because Phil didn't actually have to put in the fucking work to get that initial level of success, when that success died down, Phil did not know how to fucking counteract that. the live streams were a fucking like safety net in a sense. But so so his audience basically fucking replaced ad revenue. And that's pretty much the case today. But even then, the audience can't sustain that over, you know, for fucking too long. They're definitely fucking dwindling down. The support is fucking dying down. And Phil's lifestyle, he has refused to fucking cut back on too many things. He has a certain lifestyle which he likes to be able to afford. And so he must at all costs receive between like $5,000 or $6,000 a month to put in cover what he's fucking paying off and his on his apartment bills and gaming expenses and all that shit, and WWE champions, of course. So yeah, because Phil was never required to put in the actual genuine hard effort to get that initial glory, he didn't know what to do when the successful glory days stopped. Because for people that put in a lot of, there are some content creators out there who put in a lot of effort and a lot of work into their content, and when they get bigger, they actually fucking try and put in more effort and they try and build on it and everything else. Phil never really did that. Phil just sat in his arse and played games, and he just done the same thing over and over again until it stopped working. And then when it stopped working, he's like, oh shit, what now? I guess I'll live stream. And so the audience took over. He's never had to generally think, like, what is the hardest that Phil's ever worked on anything? Remember he tried to collect bottle caps for Fallout 4? And he had like fucking like a couple hundred bottle caps saved up, and then that idea died. That may have been the hardest that Phil ever put anything effort into anything. Just to try and promote a game. Or promote a playthrough of a game. I cannot think of any other times that Phil is generally trying to put effort into getting his audience excited for a fucking game. Or excited for a fucking playthrough. Because he just doesn't... It's the same old shit. You know, so it's like, if the effort was never required in the first place, he doesn't really know how to fucking counteract that when the same lack of effort is not rewarding this time. He got massively lucky back in 2010. You know, he managed to fucking gain a system, he managed to fucking, you know, he flopped his way into fucking fortune. But he was never able to build on that, and it's coming back to haunt him now big time.
As a balance between gaming, which I still want to do, and I want you to understand, I don't want gaming to go away ever. Like, I would, if I'm going to continue to make content, you know, indefinitely, I want gaming to always be a part of it. Now, I don't know to what extent. Will it always be the majority of what I do? Will eventually it actually become the minority of what I do, and I'm doing other content more? I don't know. But I absolutely want to do gaming, you know, as much as I can, you know, as long as I can. It's my passion. It's what I got known for on the internet, and so I don't want that to go away. But I guess the question is, how much gaming? What gaming? Do we have to pick and choose? For example, right now, just think about this. I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3. I'm playing Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. We were playing Sea of Stars. We put that on hiatus. We got Final Fantasy VII Remake coming out. And we got Dragon's Dogma 2. I think at one point what we're going to have to start doing is only pick and choosing the games from a certain genre that are the biggest ones or the ones that make sense and people want the most. And everything else just has to be skipped. Because I can't be playing 5 RPGs at once. It doesn't work. When you're playing 5 RPGs at once, you can never make enough progress in any to really satisfy the hardcore fan base of that game. You see? The one game that I am making consistent progress in is Baldur's Gate 3, and that's literally because I'm playing insane amounts, because it's so long, right? And even then, now it's going to have to go on hiatus for Final Fantasy, and people are going to be upset. And it's like, dude, I played it for 100 hours, and you're going to be upset. I know they are. I know how these people are, right? But I definitely feel, to me, like there's just too much of the same, right? I played Street Fighter 6 for 7 months, dropped Street Fighter 6, and now I'm playing Tekken. So you get it? People are now, well, it's more fighting games. Well, you're right. It's a completely different kind of fighting game. But you're right. It's still a fighting game, right? And then you got your RPG fans who want RPGs, but then there's too many at once, and everyone's upset because there's not enough of the one that they want. So I'm definitely seeing patterns emerge in the games that I'm playing. And I think the key moving forward is going to be finding the happy balance of the right genre, the right amount of each genre at the same time to keep that variety going, to appease each type of gamer that actually watches me for those various types of games, but also finding a way to diversify my time for other projects. Like right now, I'll be...
Oh, shut up, you boring dick. I'm going 1.5 speed. This is boring the tits off me. Jesus Christ.
Honest, the one stream that I'm doing every couple of weeks of the Retro React stuff is a really great stream. We get a good audience of 200-300 people who love the retro stuff, and they're engaged, and they support that stream. So there's no reason for me to not continue that and do more of that, but the more that I do that, the less new stuff I can create, because I'm only one person. You know, this would be different if I were a team of people working together and we each split the content up in one person.
He literally does have people doing editing from him and remastering from him and creating thumbnails from him. He literally does have a team of people editing, and this team don't fucking get paid. They are literally, yeah, great name, the Denterns. Aye, there you go. There's your fucking name for all these fucking unpaid fucking workers, these fucking slave drone fucking dentheads, the Denterns. Yeah, Phil has an actual editor for that throwback channel. He has people fucking making thumbnails for him as well. And it's like, so he has actually got a team of fucking people that assist him on a daily basis and do work for him on a daily basis. And Tyrion's pretending to his audience that he doesn't have a team, that he's a one-man fucking show. What a fucking cunt. Imagine putting all the time and effort into helping Phil on a shitey fucking throwback channel, and then you're about to hear this fucking spiel from him.
Because I'm only one person. You know, this would be different if I were a team of people working together and we each split the content up and one person could do this and one person could do this and people, you know what I mean? I'm one dude. So I'm in demand a lot. It's crazy that I'm one guy being pulled in so many directions. We got the standard React style stuff here. We got the retro React throwback stuff here. We got the new stuff here. And then people also want me doing content where I'm like podcasting and talking and hanging out. So it's like...
But you made that happen because of your decisions to try and triple dip your members and channels. It was your idea to triple dip your audience. 3 different channels, 3 different ways to get memberships and super chats and fucking everything else. Your idea to do that. You could have kept it all in one fucking channel, possibly. But no, you just had to triple dip because you're a greedy dick.
That's like 4 different projects I do all at once in a work week. When you think about it, I'm balancing all of them. It's wild to me because when I moved out here 10 years ago, my goal was to diversify. I told you that was one of the reasons I wanted to move, is because I wanted to do variety content. I didn't just want to be a gamer anymore. And inadvertently over the last decade, that's happened. I never really intended for that. Because I remember I said I wanted to do a gaming news show every day in the morning, and now I basically do that. It's just called a podcast. It's not really a gaming news show. It's a podcast with a variety of topics, but I'm doing what I had intended, but I never realized it until I was already doing it, you know? So anyway, this is where my confusion comes in, right? So tonight you guys are voting. What do you want on the late stream? 54% right now have voted to just chill and hang out tonight. I'm okay with that. I'm really totally fine with that. I'll hang out with you guys for a couple hours. We can do whatever you want. Like I said, we could just talk. We could do some suggestion box stuff. You know, we could, you know, whatever you want. I'm okay. But the thing that gets me is so many people are like, don't make the podcast shorter, but then you vote for like essentially podcast 2.0 on the late stream. And it's like, so that's a mixed message, right? So I don't even know what's more in demand.
The message is clear. Stop playing Tekken.
Jasper, what do you think? Jasper, do you prefer talking podcast style interactive content or do you prefer gameplay?
Shut the fuck up!
Gameplay or talking? Jasper,
Fuck you, Phil!
Maybe Jasper's not the right person to ask.
Bruh.
Anyway, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't even know what to say. So anyway, today, let's now get to the schedule for the week. Today, it's Baldur's Gate 3, and I'm excited because it looks like we're getting our answers today. It looks like we're going to finally get to the culmination of the big plot that's been going on with these illithids all game. We're going to find out what is the real purpose of the larva, who's in charge, why right now does it seem like the mind flayers are split or something. We're going to find out, okay? I'm excited for that plot. Are you excited for that plot, Jasper Kitty? Jasper, are you excited?
Nope.
Why are you ignoring me?
Bruh.
He ignores me only when he's here on camera. If he's not on camera, he's the most talkative kitty. But now you won't talk to me. Why not? Why won't you talk to me?
Fuck you, Phil! Fuck you, Phil!
Silly cat. Anyway. So, Baldur's Gate 3 today. Excited for it. Let's see where the plot goes. Tonight on the late stream, I don't know what we're doing. You know? Like, if I had my choice of gameplay, it would be Tekken. I want to play more with Yoshimitsu. Right? But it seems like when I play Tekken, it's not getting that much attention or interest. I did a major stream of it yesterday, and I think we got like 2 super chats the entirety of the stream. All the contributions came in during the podcast. And then as soon as I started playing Tekken, dead. Right? It's like, so what do we do? Right?
Stop. What do you mean what do you do? How about you stop playing the fucking game? There's clearly no interest in it, for fuck's sake, Phil. Look, you like the game. That's good. Play it in your own time. The audience don't want to see it.
I don't know. Maybe we just chill tonight. I'm okay with just chilling tonight and doing a chill session, just hanging out and talking with you guys for a couple hours. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of Q&A. Like I said, we have suggestions in the suggestion box. We can take those and discuss those one by one.
This night stream, if it does Q&A, is going to be fucking garbage. Thank God I was sleeping. I pity anyone that's restreaming that and having to endure it.
We can brainstorm ideas of things to do. But here's the thing, too. So a lot of people seem to be championing that this year I'm going to be doing political content, okay? And it's interesting because right now there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot going on in politics in the United States. If you guys aren't aware, this is an election year. Already politics are hugely a hot topic. Just this morning, all right, I opened up my social media feed. And I'm not even just talking worldwide politics, just locally. There's stuff going on in my local area, you know, politically, that there's all this different discussion and argument going back and forth about, you know? And I'm like, wow, I could totally chime in on these different topics that are going on just in my local area, you know, and give my opinions on them because some of them are kind of interesting. I'm just going to give you one quick example. I talked about it.
So Phil, the big problem is everyone has opinions on things politically. Are your opinions enough to merit being paid for them?
Okay, local lawmakers who are on the city council of Seattle several years ago championed a new law, and that law was that everyone who does food delivery around here, so you're talking Grubhub, Uber Eats, DoorDash, that those delivery people would make a flat fee per delivery. That way they're guaranteed to pay. Because right now the way it was based was they only make tips. Now what if someone, you know, screws them on a tip? Then basically they're not making much money or any money. So this would basically guarantee them like a certain rate. Well, these people on the Seattle City Council championed it, made it a law, and then quit the council. The law went into effect in January, so now all food delivery costs has gone up by about $10 an order, and now all of the orders have plummeted. Absolutely plummeted. No one wants to order food anymore with delivery because the cost went so far up. So now all the drivers are like, well, now actually they were intending for...
Naturally, when it fucking relates to fucking DoorDash, Phil's like, oh, I've got a lot to fucking say about that. A reminder that Phil actually had the $10 a month kind of fee for DoorDash. Like, he ordered so much DoorDash, he paid like some sort of monthly fee to them. Like, I'm sure it's kind of covered in the bank leaks. Like, if we just search DoorDash, there's a certain fee, and this thing here, I think it's $9.99 it costs a month. And yeah, I think for $9.99 it's like some sort of special membership for DoorDash. I love as well. So as well as paying on 18th November 2020, as well as paying his membership thing, he also paid $35 for one meal, and also the same day $44 for another fucking meal. You get what I'm saying? Of course Phil's got a fucking lot to answer for. I mean, you see the size of Cat, and yeah, naturally Phil's like, oh shit, DoorDash is more expensive. I'm going to need to fucking I'm going to need to beg even harder to afford DoorDashes in the future. Jesus, man.
To make more money, but we're making less because there's less orders to deliver, and all the local restaurant businesses are like, yeah, we're also losing money. I just read an article yesterday. A local pizzeria says we used to get 20 to 30 orders in the afternoon for pizza delivery from these apps. Now we're getting 2. So we went from 20 to 30 different orders of pizza, and now we're only making 2. We actually had to cut back on hours and send people home from work because there's no work. Isn't that great? So that's what I mean. Like, I could sit here and give you the entire my discussion on it, what I think about what's going on with that, give you different sides of the argument. It would be actually a pretty interesting discussion to have, and I feel like I have a lot to add to that. You know, a lot to say. But that's not my content. That's not gaming, right? That's nothing that what I usually do. That's nothing at all like the kind of content that I would usually make. It's completely different, right? And I feel like if I were to do that kind of content here, or even on the React channel, or even on the Throwback channel, it wouldn't work. Why? Because everyone knows that that is not really the content that I do there. I feel like if I was to do content like that, it would be, obviously it's going to be polarizing, and some people are going to be upset if you don't agree. And that's really the reason why it's held me back all these years from doing this kind of content, okay? There's so many people out there that sadly, all right, I hate to say it, they cannot think from a mature mindset and understand that people can have different opinions, people can have differences of opinion, right? On everything. Politics, religion, games, food, life in general. And that's okay. It's totally okay to have differences of opinion. You don't have to always agree with everything that everyone else says, as long as you respect someone else's opinion and you make an effort to understand where they're coming from. And it's
You don't have to respect opinions. People are entitled to them, and they should be allowed to have them. That's one thing. People should be allowed to be able to make their opinions known. Definitely. But nobody, you shouldn't demand respect for your opinions though. Nah. If I hear a daft opinion, I have the right to say that's a shit fucking opinion. I shouldn't be forced to fucking respect your opinion. Like, can you imagine if Phil heard me say to him right now, hey Phil, I think your Tekken gameplay's fucking shite, and I think you're fucking, doing you're causing your fans misery by continuing to fucking play it. Would he have to, would Phil be forced to respect that opinion? Probably not.
okay also if you want to relate your opinion to them, and maybe then they'll understand where you're coming from, and then at the very least you won't be at each other's throats. But I hate to say it, here, at least here in the United States, so ever since Trump was elected many years ago, the politics here are either you're with me or you're against me. Either
that's precisely what Trump was going for, is a whole kind of us versus them kind of, basically how Phil kind of treats his deadheads, and he rallies his deadheads about how the detractors are evil and they're all out to get us, you know what I mean? It's us, we'll stay safe in our own little fucking bubble. Trump kind of did have a similar kind of mentality where it's like, we got a whole one side of the country against you, and Trump's like, I'll look after you guys, not shitting. And yeah, he really did. He was quite a polarizing individual. Now, obviously, I know some people are for Trump, some people are against Trump. Personally, I think Trump's a cunt, but I said that long before he started running for president. Trump has a lot of businesses in Scotland before he fucking ran for president, and he tried to get some, you know, fucking things moved for a golf course, not shit. He tried to evict people from their homes just so he could fucking have, you know, a little expansion to golf courses up in the fucking north of Scotland. Trump is a cunt. He had a whole bunch of fucking money, came swagger into the fucking country, tried to get his fucking way, and a bunch of fucking random Scottish people in the north told him to fuck off. You know, so we've always thought he's a cunt, but obviously that was pre-presidency or whatever, you know what I mean? I'm not that big on politicians to begin with. Trump's an arse, but so is fucking Biden, and yeah, so is most of them. Most politicians usually have their own agendas. That's the way I interpret that. But anyway, and that's my fucking political take done. But yeah, Phil, just because you have an opinion doesn't mean people need to respect them.
You know, you're all the way over here to this side, or you're all the way over here to this side, and these two heads just run into each other like this, like two brick walls, and no one wants to work together on anything, and no one wants to compromise, and no one wants to actually see things as they are. They just want to live in their own big, like, cultish followings, and just hate each other constantly, and think that each other is the villain, right? And that's the saddest thing, is that our country will never improve acting like that. Now, going hand in hand with that, sadly, on the internet, there's so many people that are polarizing to one side or the other, that God forbid you say something political that either agrees or disagrees with one of those sides, now they hate you. So imagine, here I am. I'm a content creator who makes gaming content, and people like the gaming content. And now I start talking politics, and God forbid that I say something that you don't like. Now all of a sudden, how many people will be like, well, you know, I like Phil's gaming, but man, he said that thing, he just doesn't agree with me politically on it, so I can't ever watch his content ever again. None of it. I can never watch any of it. Fuck the gaming because he doesn't agree with me on this political stance. And it's like,
what a bizarre fucking take. I believe I've got an angry Canadian pervert trying to call me. Hello, Prophet, are you there, pal?
Hey, yes I am. Yes I am. So just right here. Yeah. I just want to rant here about this board action. We know that Bill refuses to vote. He stated that much, right? He will not vote. And for me, when you don't vote, you don't exercise your right to vote, you shouldn't have an opinion. Because you're giving up that opinion. Now, what Seattle had passed was basically an affordable wage law, right? Those DoorDash, Uber, etc., weren't paying their employees properly. The Seattle City Council forced them to pay them properly. And they didn't quit, they just got voted out of office during the next election. It's not like they just immediately stepped down. So, like, Phil complaining about DoorDash charges and shit. Like, come on, Phil, go deliver for DoorDash and then you can speak.
It's one of those things where it's like he's got no idea of the full ins and outs of it all. He's got no idea of the complexities of it all. All he sees is, oh, it's going to cost me more money. That's a bad thing.
Yeah. Like Phil doing a politics channel would be the most hilarious shit that he has ever done. Like, and it's not going to show him in a good light because he doesn't know what goes on outside of the snort fort unless he gets it on Twitter. And Twitter is just full of bots and shit alike that put like this misinformation all over the place. So he'll be talking about something and it won't actually be real.
It's just one of those things. It's crazy. Sorry to interrupt you. Black Mage just sent a super chat there. Your nemesis, Black Mage. Sent a super chat there. Thank you very much, Black Mage, for a super chat. It says, I went to the ER a few weeks ago after passing out, puking and pooping blood. What the hell? Got scoped down, found an old ulcer eaten at my stomach. They had to cut out a third of it. Been home for 2 days now. Yay. Legit almost died. Missed you guys. Jesus Christ, Black Mage. I mean, I'm glad
take 100 milligrams. 100 milligrams stat. Like, yeah. That's what you need to do. 100 milligrams. Go right now. Go to the dispensary.
It does have his license back.
10 bottles of the blueberry lemon. You'll be good.
It does have his license back. He can get that again. You know, if he's you know able to, he does have a license to fucking get weed again. But yeah, Jesus, you are being unfortunate. Also, you've also got like missing. Like, I can't mind exactly what it was, but he's got like missing toes as well, Black Mage, hasn't he? You know what I mean? Because of, like, you know, something happened. I can't mind exactly, you know. You've had all sorts happen to you, Black Mage. Jesus Christ. I'm glad you're doing better, pal, for sure. But yeah, you sound like you fucking had it off, man.
Glad to see you back.
Yeah, Jesus.
Glad to see you back here. Holy shit. But do
Oh
more
my
weed.
God.
Just do more weed. You'll be okay.
Oh,
okay.
bloody hell. American healthcare. There you go. They found an
Okay,
oil
I'm gonna jump
in your
off.
stomach. But cheers, Prophet, for your take on, obviously, the DoorDash stuff and like the law and everything else, and just how Phil's an absolute buffing about it, you know. But yeah, cheers
thanks a lot,
for your
you're
input. Catch you later, man. Ah, Jesus Christ, man. I'm sorry. I'm completely just flared by the Black Mage and his message. That is just, I mean, honestly, pal, take all the time you need to try and recover from that. That sounds like a horrible fucking ordeal to go through. I can't even imagine what it's fucking like to, like, you know. I mean, I think most of us have been in hospital before, but that sounds like a fucking nasty, horrible experience, man. Jesus Christ. But aye, I mean, as long as you're on the mend. You're on the mend now, you're back home with, you know, back home with your comforts of home, everything else. You've got bingo as well to enjoy, but yeah. All the best, and we'll say, you know, recovering as soon as possible, as quick as possible, you know what I mean? And hopefully the bingo will be able to entertain you and take your mind off all the crap you've been through lately. Let's have Phil ranting about DoorDash to make you feel better. How's that? Cheers for the super chat.
What? That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Right? Like, that's the dumbest mentality I've ever heard. There's tons of people on this planet I don't agree with, but I can still enjoy the things that they do. Actors, musicians, sports people, content creators on the internet. Hell, there's a ton of content creators on the internet that are very polarized when it comes to politics, and I know that, and I pay no attention to that. I just, you know, I watch the content and that's it, right? But it really feels to me like there's just a lot of people who don't do that. If you don't 100% agree with me, you're my enemy and I hate you. And that's ridiculous. What a stupid, immature, not developed mindset that is, but so many people are still like that to this day.
And yet, Phil, though, hates every single detractor because they're a detractor. It doesn't matter what those fucking detractors do outside of fucking detracting against Phil. If you are an enemy of Phil, you know, then he hates you and he thinks you're fucking worthless. You shouldn't be you shouldn't live. He literally has wanted fucking detractors to fucking die before. Just because they're fucking detractors. Because they don't fucking agree with him, because they fucking criticise him, because they fucking know and call out when he's fucking wrong and lying all the goddamn time. Like, he doesn't care what those detractors will do outside of fucking streams. He will always call for them to fucking be punished and suffer and all that shit, you know what I mean? Just because they had dared to fucking mock Phil and call out his bullshit. It's just... Yeah, hold on, yeah, exactly. Spoon... Remember, this was Phil, like, a few days ago.
Fuck you and your friends.
If you dared to like games because the fucking co-op mode was fucking good, then yeah, it's like fuck you enjoying those games with your fucking friends. Also, people are asking for the spoons. Okay, hold on.
Spoons, eh? I'm sorry?
Yeah, there we go. Fucking hell, yeah. I'm definitely not clipping the original fucking Phil clip of what he fucking said. I'll just stick to the fucking John Cleese classic. Oh, hang on, I need to fix the stream again. Random Scottish soundboard until it's fixed.
Hello there. Hello there.
This is the fucking Shawshank Redemption, right? But with more tunneling through shit, no fucking redemption.
Welcome to Operation Mindfuck!
This is the fucking Shawshank Redemption, right? But with more tunneling through shit, no fucking redemption. Fuck's sake, Jesus! Right.
Is there nothing on the internet that I won't masturbate to?
I've still not heard she's a big fucking bitch yet. How?
Welcome!
Shut the fuck! And she's a big fucking bitch!
Oh my god, what's up?
Oh, finally got it. Oh, there's been a long time coming hearing that in a fucking random Scottish soundboard, but fuck me, that took forever. Thank you very much to Black Mage for the super chat, who says, sorry for a trauma dump, is whining but nothing was enraging, lol. You have no reason to be sorry, Black Mage. You have you have nothing to apologise for. You know what I mean? It's just, yeah, you know, it's, yeah, absolutely not, you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things, it's like, if I don't hear from people sometimes, like, I'll just assume, you know, that maybe they're busy with real life, or maybe they just want to have a detox, whatever. It's one of those things that my mind wouldn't not just naturally think maybe they're in the hospital, like, you know, being close to fucking death. You know what I mean? So it's definitely good to hear from you, don't get me wrong, you know what I mean? But it's one of those things where I just assumed you were having a detox or something. You know, it's one of those things, my mind naturally just jumps to some people just taking a time out and a breather. Oh, someone's gifted Phil a bunch of memberships. The name is Derek is a shameless sex pest is the name on Phil's chat. And he's a bit slow to... Oh, is Phil away right now? Is Phil not there to... No, he's still on his podcast, he's still doing the show. And he hasn't removed it yet. Derek IP is a shameless sex pest, gifted 50 memberships to DSP Gaming. Jesus Christ. And Phil hasn't got rid of it yet. They're still popping up and showing in Phil's chat. Fucking happy days. Ah, fuck me, man. Phil still getting these Argentinian memberships. Put it to Argentina.
That's ridiculous. What a stupid, immature, not developed mindset that is, but so many people are still like that to this day. They do it to me with games, right? So right now, I'm 80 some hours into Baldur's Gate 3. Do you really think I would be 80 some hours into a game that I don't like? I mean, let's be realistic here. No, I would have quit.
Well, you're only playing Baldur's Gate 3 and still playing it because it guarantees you $100 in tips per stream. People are literally throwing you money so you don't wage quit the game.
It ages ago. I'm liking the Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough because, again, you guys are here, we're engaging, and we're having a great time with it, and that's why I'm persevering through it, despite the fact there are things about the game I don't like. Certain parts of the gameplay mechanics and the exploration and things like that I just don't like. And I've criticized them. That doesn't mean I dislike the game, but people can't understand that. Wait a minute, you're criticizing something, but you don't hate it? Yeah, because I'm not a 5-year-old. I don't believe that there's heroes and villains and ultimate good versus ultimate evil. And I don't have to absolutely love or absolutely hate. I can actually have a stance in the middle somewhere because I have that level of maturity in my brain. But a lot of people feel with just emotion. And the moment that they get something they don't like, that's it, I hate it. And that's what I mean. That's what I'm really worried about going forward in my life, if we're going to do this kind of content, right? And we're going to do political talk and stuff like that, that there's going to be people that are just straight up upset with me because they don't agree with what I say, and now they're never going to want to check out my stuff ever again. And that's concerning, you know? I'm not a giant guy on YouTube. I'm not someone with millions and millions of views, and if...
Phil said millions.
Burger. 5 in a row. That's concerning.
Interesting number.
Jesus! Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, 6 million. 6 million. That's a pretty interesting number, isn't it? 6 million. Well, guess what? You're wrong. It didn't happen. You're making it up. Right? You make that shit up. No, how about this? Banned. Gone. Forever. Because I don't put up with your fucking bullshit.
Now that was good. Now that was a fucking good one.
The bar's being raised.
It's never not going to be funny. It is always and forever in perpetuity going to fucking make me laugh every time if it fail. But there we go. We got Phil to say millions and millions. Fantastic stuff indeed. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We're 8 away from a full house. We have 1 free space because of the snorts. We're 10 snorts away from a second free space. We're 3 burps away from a free space. And we're however many likes away from a free space. And remember, 100 likes equals a free space as well. I don't know how many likes I've got. So, yeah. No, did fucking the stream break again? Hold on. Wait.
I lose a big chunk of my viewer base because someone doesn't agree with me politically. That could kill my business, right? So that's why, because a lot of people say, well, we want this. We're asking for this. We want this now. And I'm like, I don't know. Should I or should I not? I'll tell you this. If I ever do political content, it is not going to be on YouTube. I have to go somewhere else. I have to go somewhere where, like, you're not going to get canceled and shit because of stuff you said. I know there's other places. Like, I know people have talked about Rumble and stuff like that. Like, maybe that would be the future is I do that kind of content on a different place. Because I'll be honest, I feel like it wouldn't be fair. If I do it here, you might get people who are just fucking stupid about it, right? And the funny part is, I'm not Republican. I want you to understand that. Like, I'm not conservative. So I would be on Rumble talking not all the way to the right, which is going to be the rare things. I think Rumble's where all the conservatives ran when they were getting, like, kicked off of YouTube, right? So, I don't know. Like, I don't know. You know, again, this is just me talking because I'm getting such mixed feedback. Cut back on the podcast. We want less talking. Oh, by the way, tonight on the late stream, please do a chill session where all you do is talk. What? Right? I don't know, man. I don't know, man. No, see, that's the thing too. Orange says, I feel like DSP would end up being labeled certain things like being pure right wing because of a few views he has that contradict leftist views. Yeah, but guess what? I have some views that contradict rightist conservative views. So that's the thing is like people would label me as 2 things I'm not. Perfect example of this. I know this is a lighter example. When I started as a YouTuber, I told everyone my favorite console was the Xbox 360. I love the Xbox 360. I liked it way more than PS3. So I was a total Xbox fanboy, according to everyone on the internet. Man, that DSP, all he cares about is stuff on Xbox fanboy, don't listen to what he says. Then the next console generation, I outright told everyone, I like PlayStation 4 way more than the Xbox One. I think it's a much better console, better games. You know, everything's better on PlayStation 4. All of a sudden, public opinions, oh, he's a Sony fanboy. He's a Sony pony. Didn't you know Darkside Philly's a shield for Sony? It's like, what? How could I have been an Xbox fanboy, but now I'm a Sony fanboy? It doesn't make sense what you're saying. And now this console gen, I tell you guys I like them equally. So I can't imagine what people say. You know what I mean? But you're right. Like, now imagine that I'm talking politics. I'm saying, well, I agree with this, but they're completely different from the different parties. I don't know. But I bet you people would always spin it in some stupid negative way, right? Anyway.
I mean, the fact of the matter is, Phil, that you're such a goddamn fence sitter that you must be fucking really uncomfortable with that fucking pole right up your arse. You are terrified to move left or right of that fucking fence that you're sitting on in the fear of fucking, you know, ostracizing and alienating your fucking, you know, viewers and fans in case you fucking lose them because you dare to fucking say what's on your fucking mind for real. Instead, you're just like, I can agree with both sides, and, you know, there's points that they're saying which is relevant, and there's point, Phil. You are incapable of speaking your genuine fucking true feelings these days because you're terrified of fucking pissing people off. You want to start a politics channel where you're terrified of pissing people off, so you're basically going to fence sit on that fucking fresh channel so you don't piss anyone off? Wow, that's going to fucking be great viewing, watching somebody fucking fence sit the whole goddamn time, saying both sides of shit for some reasons, and yeah. Phil, give your professional opinions on your fucking, your wealth of expertise as to why politics is fucked.
This is just me talking because, again, I don't really know what to do with my content when I get so many conflicting pieces of feedback, right? It really is confusing. It makes me scratch my head. I don't know what to do when I don't, oh, you're right, actually, Battlefield says now you're just called like a console pleb. You're right, because I like PS5 and Xbox Series X. I'm the console pleb, but I should be playing on PC. So I'm just a plebeian, right? There you go. There you go. That makes perfect sense. All right, anyway, so all this being said, again, this is just me talking. I'm glad we talked about it today because I like getting your opinions and I like talking about this publicly. I'm not sure what to do. Again, I'm not rushing into anything. No, we're not doing politics this week or anything like that. This is just me, you know, talking out loud about this stuff and trying to get feedback on it. I want to do stuff that works. At the very least, I want to do stuff you guys want to see. I don't want to just sit here and be doing stuff for me and that my audience doesn't like. I want to be doing stuff the audience wants, and that's why I need this kind of feedback, but again, it's confusing. So tonight, I literally have no idea what we're doing tonight. Like I said, I checked the poll. It said 54% chill, 48 or 36% basically do Tekken. I would like to do Tekken, but it seems like people aren't really tuning in or caring about the Tekken. So
how about this, Phil? How about, well, you just chill and do absolutely fuck all? You played on Doko Island. You know what you're doing now in the game. You might as well just do some sort of chill stream of that and earn some bucks for your Yakuza gameplay.
I don't want to do a late night stream that's dead. So if we do the chill stream where you guys show up and hang out with me and talk and engage and support and have a good night stream with me, just relaxing and talking and, you know, whatever it may become. Or is it...
If I have a night stream, will you guys throw me hundreds of fucking dollars, please? If I just sit there and say, guys, I want money, will you say, okay, here you go? Velcro wall is opening.
Also going to be that no one shows up for that too? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, anyway, tomorrow is my final consecutive streaming day of the week. Tomorrow will be more Baldur's Gate 3 and more Like a Dragon Infinite. Well, I'm off from streaming on Thursday. Friday is Baldur's Gate 3 and Friday Night Fights Tekken. Saturday is Baldur's Gate 3 and Like a Dragon. Sunday is React Day, where it's going to be DSP versus the internet on the first stream and this late night retro React stream, and I don't know what it's going to be yet because you're voting. But right now, it's heavily towards Heavy Rain, okay? Monday will be Tekken 8 and Like a Dragon. And then Tuesday will be Baldur's Gate 3 and Like a Dragon. And then that's it for the week, because then I'm off that Wednesday. And then Thursday, I'm doing a full-on day launch day, February 29, all day long, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, because it's such a big release. And then probably that's going to be, that game will be alternated with Baldur's Gate 3 and other content, but it's going to be a lot of Final Fantasy VII that first week to 2 weeks, because I'm very excited to get into it and see how good it is, okay? There you go. That's the schedule. All right? Cool. All right, I think that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about today. Really, that's like all the topics that I had to discuss.
Are we going to go straight into contributions, or are we going to get some little mini segment first?
So I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna go too crazy here, off that in any other direction. But I do want to delete a bunch of crap here because I want to start doing shoutouts.
Fuck you,
Fuck you, yeah, I want to start doing shoutouts, but yeah, the stupid emails were giving me problems recently. It really has been. Bruh. Ugh. I'm gonna delete all this crap. Hold on, and then we'll get the shoutouts here. My biggest fans are idiots. Okay.
Fuck you and your
alright,
friends.
So, let's start on the YouTube side of things today. So, we started off an hour ago with Cloudy, who did a super chat. All right, let's get Cloudy up on the leaderboard. Let's see what Cloudy had to say. Was wondering if you've ever played the DLC for the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm assuming it'll be important. It's the first appearance of Yuffie in the remake. No, I did not. From what I understand, yes, it has Yuffie in it, and apparently there's a whole side plot line with that woman Scarlet that gives her more of a character than it was in the original game. I really don't care. I really don't think it's going to be that big of a deal, and I'm sure anything that happened in that would end up being recapped in Rebirth anyway, so I didn't play it, nor do I really think that it's going to be that big of a deal that I didn't. Okay? No, and I'm sure people are going to tell me anything I missed or whatever. They're going to explain it when I'm playing Rebirth, and be like, oh, it's because you missed this plot point from the DLC or whatever. So, no, I'm not too concerned about it. Okay? Okay, 672 gifted 2 memberships to the channel this morning. Thank you, 672. First one went to My Ruin, the other one went to Kagome. So congrats to the two of you. Enjoy, and thank you, 672, for supporting the channel.
Hey, Phil said members, so we can tick that off the board as well.
Burger. 5 in a row. That's concerning. Faithin131, 16 months as a member, and says, I just got married this weekend. I still love your content. Thank you, Faithin. First of all, congratulations. Congrats on getting married. That is a huge, awesome, positive step in life. I very much am happy for you, and I hope that you have a very long, prosperous, and loving relationship.
Did his parents pay for it as well, like Phil's parents did?
And also, thanks for watching the content. I know Faithin used to be around a lot more often, and we don't really see him on streams anymore, but that's cool that you're still watching stuff, maybe watching it behind the scenes or on demand, and that's awesome. I'm glad you're...
Behind the scenes was said. Fantastic.
Burger. 5 in a row. That's concerning.
So as things stand, we're 5 away from our full house, but really it's 4 because of the free space we got already. Remember, we're 2 burps away from our free space, we're 8 more snorts away from our free space there as well, and 100 likes will give us a free space. We can potentially have 4 free spaces coming up if things go to plan. Meaning that we only need one more thing to happen.
Still enjoying it. Jesse, with a membership, says the men are going to be playing Call of Duty. Well, there you go. The real men. Yeah, right. I'm sure that most of the people playing Call of Duty are the real men around here in gaming, right? Ryan, with 9 months as a member, says chill streams are always the best streams. Well, thank you to Ryan for your input there. And Kagome, pop in their membership message, 18 months, says Jason. Very good. All right. So that is the YouTube side of stuff there. And now getting into tips and the like. Oh, really? So, 1 Minute Man took 25 bucks and some interesting stuff to talk about today. Let's get the first little animation. Thank you, 1 Minute Man, as usual, for your ongoing support of my content. I really appreciate that.
It was inevitable.
So he says the following. Number 1, don't expect many answers, just expect many more quests today. Great. I mean, it seems to be par for the course for this game. Just when you think you're going to get your answers, the game just hands you more stuff to do. All right, so here's what we'll do. I'll get a giant list. It's like Santa's list at Christmas, right? All right, I already had all this to do, but now let's just keep rolling out. Here's more for the final act. Good Lord. He'll says, find a hammer. I don't know what that means. We have hammers in inventory as weapons, unless you're talking about some other specific hammer. And then he says, by the way, I actually made myself a peanut butter and banana sandwich per your suggestion yesterday. It actually isn't half bad. I might try it again. I never had it. I think it sounds good. Like, I would think the nuttiness and the richness of the peanut butter and a little bit of saltiness, but then with like the almost like tangy sweetness of a banana, it actually sounds like it would go. So I think I would like to try it someday too. But I've never tried peanut butter and banana sandwich. It was just a hypothetical thing I was saying yesterday. I pulled it out of my butt. So there you go. Outside of that, I'm not seeing any other tips or contributions as of yet. So what I will do now is open up the stream to Q&A discussion if you want to tag me in the chat at DSP Gaming, and we'll have a little bit of back and forth talk. But outside of that, yeah, I don't see anything yet. Now, keep in mind, I want to say something. The last couple of days, I've been getting some complaints. People have been saying that they are trying to tip, and I'm not shouting out their tips. And I don't know why, and it looks like, once again, PayPal is not fully sending out all of the notification emails, and I don't know why. This happened the other night during the Retro React stream. It happened another time or two during the week where people were like, are you just ignoring me? And I'm like, no, what are you talking about? And then come to find out, someone actually was tipping, and I'm not getting the messages for it. So please let me know if you are contributing, and I'm not shouting it out. I want to shout it out. Right now, all I saw was 1 Minute Man, nobody else. So if you tipped, let me know if I didn't see it, okay?
So Phil would have been... For somebody that apparently keeps a goddamn close eye on his contributions and his emails, you would have seen he had more money than he expected. And he wouldn't have thought to himself, that's a bit strange. Where did this extra money come from? And PayPal tells you where each individual payment comes from when you're logged into PayPal. So, yeah, that's a bit strange. I don't know. Phil's blaming PayPal and his emails for not showing or whatever. That's on you, Phil, I think, to fucking make sure you're covering that properly.
Dark Gaming says, you missed my 2 million USD tip. I had to retract it. Great. Devin says, which Tekken YouTubers do you watch for tips or tutorials? Man, I don't remember. The first, like, week, there was this one guy who was putting out some really good videos, but I forgot his name. Started with the number 1. It was like one man something. I can't remember what his name was.
1 minute, man.
Put out some really good basics that I appreciated because I learned some basics of Tekken 8 from that guy. And then there was 1 or 2 people who were character specific. If you remember, I was starting with June, so I had 1 or 2 people who had just put out some like June tutorial videos, and I watched them. No, I'm subscribed to some Tekken channel that puts out all top level gameplay. Here, it's called. Hold on, I'll find it for you.
These guys are going to shout them out.
Tekken 8 replay channel, and all they're doing is they're taking the gameplay of top players and they put the replays up, so you can watch them at your own convenience. And it's helped a lot, actually. Yeah, man, I can't remember the name of the guy. He was really good. The guy who put out like those day 1 videos. I forgot his goddamn name now. See, here's the thing. I know absolutely, positively nothing about the Tekken community. I don't know any of the players at all. I was never into Tekken. So unlike Street Fighter, where I could recognize and know a ton of players, I don't know shit about Tekken. So I can't really like give shout-outs to Tekken people because I don't know them. I wish I could. They seem to be pretty good.
You don't. You don't fucking wish you fucking could. Why the fuck would you fucking do that for other people? Why would you go out your way to give someone a shout out? Oh, you said in the past that you can't do that because it means you're going to send all the detractors and haters towards that person and to let them know that Phil fucking shouted them out. And they'll give them grief because Phil used their content to try and better himself.
A nice community. They're putting out all kinds of useful information. It's helping me a ton as an outsider to Tekken and just trying to learn and apply that, you know. But I can't find it. I'm looking at my feed and I can't really find that particular guy who was really good that first week. He had a bunch of videos out that were very helpful, but now I can't find it. Yeah, sorry. Anyway.
No shout out for you, random guy. We have 100 likes. Thank you guys very much for liking the stream. 100 likes gives us a free space. But as well as a free space, it means you guys get to enjoy the bubbles animation that Pixar Animation so very kindly made for us all to enjoy. Remember, keep an eye on the bottom right for Jasper. Fuck him up, Jasper. Good cat. As such a good animation.
Okay. Alright, shout out to... That might have been him. That might have been him. Main Man SWE. That name is sounding familiar. Devin, that might be him. That might have been the guy I think I...
Main Man SWE? How the fuck is that similar to One Something Man?
Watched like the intro video and he explained the basics of how things work in Tekken 8, and I think that was the first video I watched, and it was super duper good. And I think he went into detail about certain characters. I watched some of that, but that was like the first week. Since then I've been watching like replays and stuff. But I think that was him. Faithin131 with a $10 super chat. He says, yes, between my job and hanging out with my now wife, I can't really make many streams anymore. I do watch your content on demand when I have time to relax. Cheers to another 15 years. Thank you so much. Faithin131, awesome positive message. And again, I wish you the best. Cool. The Elden Ringers. Block Warrior says using Baldur's Gate fans are similar to the Elden Ringers that used to come by to the streams. Yes. What should we call them? The Gators? The Baldur's Gators. The Baldur's Gators are coming by this morning. Look out, they're gonna bite you right in the rear. And Baldur's Gators.
Fun.
Yes. The Elden Ringers versus the Baldur's Gators. Wow. The Baldarians. The Baldarians. Beware the Baldarians. When they come by, they'll ask you to romance everyone in the game, including animals and inanimate objects.
Bruh.
Look at that particular looking ladle. I think I can fit it up my ass. Let's do a cutscene for that.
And inevitably, we get to fucking scat humor.
I'm sorry?
Way to fucking kill the joke and just fucking ride it into the goddamn ground, Phil. Could've just fucking left it at one line and moved the fuck on, but nah. He's like, hey, I said a funny. I better fucking make sure I keep saying the same thing over and over again until it annoys people.
There you go. Very nice. Have I ever visited a truck stop? Back in the day, when I used to travel for Street Fighter tournaments, yes, sometimes you would stop on the highway and go to one of these big truck stop areas to have food at night and stuff like that. There's this one truck stop we used to go to that had all these like restaurants inside, and a lot of them were closed at night, but there was this one that sold all kinds of like overnight snacks. Like they had this like gourmet chocolate cheesecake and stuff. Like what the hell is this? So now you're driving home from a Street Fighter tournament, here you are eating in the car eating chocolate cheesecake. What am I doing? Right? The Elden Ringers are the ones that put their hands up like this. The Elden Ringers make the ring with their hands, right? So what do the Baldarians do? Shave their heads bald? No, they shove inanimate objects up their asses.
That's funny.
There you go. Just keep shoving things up their butt. That's the Baldarians. Very nice. All right, very good. No, we didn't do suggestion. We didn't do suggestion box, Tommy. We had more than enough to do. Who's James Craig? I don't know who that is. Never heard of him. Oh, there you go. The Baldarians. That's a good one. The Baldarians. All the Baldarians do is they walk around with a 20-sided die, and anytime they have to make a decision, they have to roll the die to make it. Right? So they're at the truck stop and they have to take a shit. They open the stall.
Why does it always fucking come back to Phil talking about shit? Literal shit. Why? Oh my, I just don't fucking care. It's just why? Why? Also, who is James Craig? Is that a YouTuber? Is that a big name YouTuber that Phil has no idea who it is? Or pretending to not know? If that's a big YouTuber and Phil's pretending not to know them, then I might take off, hey, you know, user jealousy. But I don't know. Mind you, I've not heard of him either, I think, so I don't know who it is. I don't know. But this is fucking painful, Phil. You're a 41-year-old man who's obsessed with fucking scat.
And then, so do I lay toilet paper down over the rim of this toilet seat to protect my ass from disgusting infectious diseases and duty particles? Or do I take the chance and just go skin to seat with no protection whatsoever? And then they got to roll the die to determine. And they have the factors like the confidants and, oh, the friendship roll, the bonuses, you know, the saving rolls to figure it out. There you go.
That's funny.
Survival roll. There you go. Those are the Baldarians. Makes sense to me. Skill Scholar says, if you roll critical miss, the toilet malfunctions with shifty water. No, critical miss, they sit on the toilet and the seat cracks, they sink in ass first, their butt cheeks are stuck in the water. Or even worse, they're shitting, and then they roll critical miss.
Why? Oh my god, oh my god. Why? He is literally obsessed.
She's a big fucking bitch.
Thank you very much to Kel Denson for the super chat. And also, of course, triggering that particular sound clip as well is always a classic. So thank you to Kel Denson for super chat, who says, Phil is Republican because he loves capitalism, hates taxes, and definitely doesn't love to give to the poor. Also believes in borders. No getting into the snort fort, it's heavily gated. Remember, Phil is officially a registered Republican. At least when he was living through in Connecticut, he was, you know, a Republican. I'm not saying he is anymore, but, you know, we have evidence, it's public knowledge, it's publicly out there, that Philip Burnell was a registered Republican back in Connecticut back in the day. Now, obviously, apparently, you know, he's not a Republican anymore. But does he even vote anymore? Does that mean then that he always tries to say, I have a mindset here, and I know a few of you guys do too. A few of you guys will agree with this mindset. If you don't vote, do you have a right to complain about politics in your country if you didn't fucking make the effort to try and make a change yourself in who runs a fucking country? Well, not just the country, but your area, your state, your particular state, or your local town or something. If you don't bother to fucking vote in the first place, what right do you have to fucking have any complaints about it when you didn't do a damn thing yourself to try and instigate change? And Phil has always claimed he hasn't voted for years, and yet here he is, he wants to, he's tempted to do a political channel, even though he doesn't vote, he wants to do a politics channel. Why the fuck would Phil's opinion on politics be worth anything when he doesn't even bother to fucking vote? I don't know. But yeah, it's just... yeah, I see Phil as Republican, probably. You know, he's definitely more Republican than Democrat anyway. But, you know, you wouldn't catch him admitting that because he's terrified it might alienate his audience.
And it's a disgusting diarrhea dump, and then they go for the toilet paper, and there's no toilet paper in the stall. They sat at the stall with no TP.
Oh, why? I forgot why I paused it. I forgot I fucking paused it because he was fucking mid-scat talk again. Oh, this is so painful. If he... oh, God, this is painful. I don't want to continue. I just want to stop it. You know, we're going 1.75. We're going to speed up. 1.75. It's the only thing we can fucking do. We need to just fucking turbocharge our way through this fucking goddamn awful shite. Also, it's like it's frozen. I think I fixed it.
And it's a disgusting diarrhea dump, and then they go for the toilet paper, and there's no toilet paper in the stall. They've sat at the stall with no TP, with a soggy wet bum. This is great. Let's continue the discussion. This sounds great to me. Keep rolling.
Anybody care what this guy thinks?
No! Anyway. Alright. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Again, tag me in the chat if you want to do a little bit of Q&A. We got a little bit of extra time before we jump back to Baldur's Gate 3 and the Baldarians. The Baldur's Gators, or the Baldarians, we'll call them. Wow. Art Vindalay, that sounds like something I don't care about whatsoever, so I'm glad that I didn't address it. Will we do a community night in Tekken? I don't know. Right now, I'm not too interested in it. Right now, we don't get enough interest in the regular nights for Tekken, so I don't think community night's gonna really improve that. I don't get to play Tekken enough as it is. I don't want to sacrifice one of my nights when I'm trying to learn a character in rank to then do a community night. So, I don't know. If there was more interest in Tekken, if more people showed up and engaged in Tekken, and if there was demand for it, maybe I would do it. It literally hasn't happened. There was constant demand for community night in Street Fighter 6. There's really no demand for Tekken for whatever reason. Did I play Project Justice? Is that Project Justice? Is that the alternate name for Rival Schools United by Fate? Project Justice? I feel like it is, but maybe I'm wrong. If it's Rival Schools United by Fate, I played that. I played the heck out of it. I played both. There was two of them, but I don't know if that's what you're talking about or not. Yes, it is. Yeah, I played both. Rival Schools 1 and 2 I played. They both were in my local arcade. Revolutionary Games with the whole tagging in and out system. Back then, there was no active real tagging, and that came out around the same time as the Versus series of games. So it was really interesting because it was 3D versus you had tagging in 3D, tagging in 2D. It was really neat. I liked the games, and they were anime-ish, which was cool. The art style was awesome, but they didn't necessarily catch on in American arcades, which is sad because I think it was a good series of games.
Bruh.
No Tekken Tag? No, I played Tekken Tag, not a lot though. Tekken was not popular in Connecticut. It wasn't. Where I was growing up, Connecticut, New York, like Tekken was not the prominent thing. Street Fighter was always the prominent thing. So even though some of those games were in arcades, they didn't get a lot of play. I'm well aware that other parts of the country and other parts of the world, games like Tekken and stuff were prominent, but they just weren't here, which is a shame because I liked Tekken, but there really was like no comp for it. Really? Anto Kamaru says, the Final Fantasy VII Intergrade was legit outstanding, amazing music, the Fort Condor minigame was so much fun. The Fort Condor minigame was in it? Ugh. And Yuffie's company was fun. I don't know, I just wasn't into it. I mean, honestly, I just wasn't. Now that we're here years later, years removed from Final Fantasy VII Remake, right? And we know now that the plot is different and everything. I'm actually very excited for it. I'm really pumped for this game next week. Like, I'm legit ready to immerse myself in the world of Final Fantasy VII in a modern way with better gameplay mechanics, better music, and a new plot that's changed from the original. I feel like anything can happen, and that's neat. I'm going to be looking for nuances in the plot that are different from the plot of the original game. I hope it's not exactly the same. I think it will be. We already saw in the preview they were showing cutscenes and stuff that look like they're completely different.
So I'm going to put this to the audience in case I wasn't sure. I don't think it counts. Wobbly pointed out in the chat there. Phil said art style. Does that count as something style? To me, I don't think it does, because he's literally talking about how something looks. So he is art, he's talking about the art in the game, the art style. So, but I feel it's worth getting your thoughts on it. Brian says it should still count. People are saying, see, I don't think it should count because it's not the same kind of style. It's not. It's like RPG style would count, Chinese style food would count, that kind of that way you use style, but art style seems to have kind of context in the grand scheme of things. Yeah. And Killup says no, art style is something specific and it's a DSPism. Exactly, yeah, it's not, it's not a DSPism, yeah. Mokina says after all that shite talk I should fucking encounter it. Damn tempting, I'll tell you that. We'll keep on going for now.
Things like, what the hell is that? So we're gonna find out. But I don't think the Intergrade was that big of a deal. I just didn't care, honestly. Nope, we're not playing Lords of the Fallen. No one cares about Lords of the Fallen. Are you out of your mind? That game was a fart in the wind. That game came out, for like a week people talked about it, and then that's not even worth it, man. What a waste. Yeah, there we go. Of course people got early copies, because again, the reviewers have to have it early. The influencers and the chosen streamers must have it early.
Okay, the chosen streamers, that is YouTuber jealousy.
Burger. 5 in a row. That's concerning.
That is absolutely YouTuber jealousy right there.
Early, and must be able to talk about it. So there will be spoilers all over the internet now for it, just so everyone knows. We're all going to know the whole plot by next week. There's nothing we can do about it. Because that's the modern gaming. That's the difference between when I became a YouTuber and today. There's no surprises. There's no feeling of hype, because it's all ruined by people who get the game early. It's fucking pathetic. I don't know why these game publishers keep doing it. They haven't learned their lesson yet. After it happens time and time again that these games that don't need to be spoiled get spoiled, and they still do it because they're stupid as shit. They're still living in this archaic practice that we early reviews to sell games when they fucking don't. It's just so dumb.
So, to recap, we are 1 away from a full house. Or we're 2 snorts away from a full house.
Ludacris 207, I'm not going to smoke weed, so sorry, we're not doing a DSP 420 stream. It's not going to happen. I mean, let's be honest. In the last 10 years, and this is me talking directly to every viewer out there, And this is even people who don't like me, but think about this honestly. In the last 10 years, how many times was there a major game you loved and you were interested in and you got spoiled on it before you even got to play it or while you were playing it? Because some asshole put plot on the internet early, right? You didn't mean to get spoiled, and then oops, there it fucking is. There's memes about it and shit like, what the fuck, right? It's bullshit. It shouldn't happen. It literally should not happen, and it happens every single fucking time. So why are we still doing this practice? Why do we keep doing it? People cannot be fucking trusted anymore. So why do we let this happen? Just fucking stop giving out the early copies. Cut the shit. Chat's by the aquarium with Philly. I don't have an aquarium. I would like an aquarium. That would be cool to have an aquarium, but I don't have one. I spoiled end of Final Fantasy 16 for you. What did I do? Did I describe what a turd looks like? Was I like, oh, so it's just like heaping mounds of stinky dew with an emanating smell and flies buzzing around? You were like,
why is he so obsessed with scat today? This is like the fucking 12th time he's fucking brought up random scat humor. Why is he so obsessed? Just genuinely, just like, can you, what, there must be something psychological about this, like there must be some, like a shrink would have a fucking field day fucking trying to analyse this fucking podcast and the amount of fucking obsession that Phil has when it comes to scat. This is not a mature fucking type of humour, Phil. This sort of humour was never that funny. Maybe in 2010 you got away with it, but Phil, you're meant to have changed. You're meant to, you know, you're meant to have matured and your content's meant to be more meaningful. And all you're doing is constantly talking about fucking scat.
damn it, the ending of Final Fantasy 16 spoiled. Fuck.
Fuck you, Phil.
Oh, because that easy bookworm says, if you want to avoid spoilers, just stay off the internet. Oh, so easy to do. I know. Oh yeah, Carlos says, look out if you do community night for Tekken. Half the streamers, tournaments, players have troll costumes that get them into trouble. Oh god. Yeah, can you remember everyone having big dicks?
Did Phil just say troll costumes?
Burger.
We've won.
5 in a row. That's concerning.
We've won.
Burger.
Full house. Oh boy. How exciting.
We get to fuck the fuck off. We get to fuck the fuck off. Screw that. That was pain. That was misery. That was suffering. And these are otters. These are delightful otters. We need otters right now. Fuck me, man. That was painful. That was horrible. That was awful. Let's go to live DSP.
Demise, right?
38 buckaroos for Phil. In case people miss the start of the stream, I don't know. My YouTube's being weird. This area. I don't know why the player is acting like this when it's not in cinematic mode. So this is cinematic mode, normal, full screen kind of thing. I come out of it and it's still a big massive black fucking screen thing here. I don't know why. And it counts as well. You click on it and it plays. So it does register. It's like here, but when you cover down here on the buttons, the captions for it are well up there. So it makes no god. I don't know what the fuck's up with it. So yeah, in case people didn't fucking catch a start of the stream, there you go. We've won bingo though, and Phil's only got 38 bucks so far. You can guarantee he will get $100. You guarantee he will hit the $100 mark because his fans give him the money because they're terrified of a wage quit coming in for a game that Phil is clearly getting frustrated by. But who cares about that? Who cares about all that? The important thing is we have got a full house bingo and we need to determine a bingo winner for today. Dark Angel Storm says, good bingo man, notice my name not in your little game after completing bingo, lol. Let me see, let me check that right now. Did you leave a comment on the community post? And if you did, let me check my list. I'm kind of like a big fatter version of Santa, the Dark Angel Storm. Let me see if your name's on my list. Scroll down. The Dark Angel Storm. No, I don't actually see it on my list. And yeah, so you're not on my main list. So the next question would be, did you leave a comment on the community post? And if you did, and then I don't know what to say. I mean, I have missed people before without meaning to. Koraz is somebody I missed before. I recently got him added because he had commented and I missed it and I felt bad about that. I will search your name in the comments as well. So guys, let me get set up for the marble stream, get all that going, and yeah, I'll be back in like 5 minutes or so and we'll determine a winner for today's bingo. So don't go anywhere, I'll be right back. Alright guys, we are back, and usually I would get the person that picked the bingo card to give me a random number. That person was Toxic Cherry Juice. I don't think they're here though. So instead I'm going to ask Mastodon the Pizza Slicer to give me a random number between 1 and 3,357. Oh wait, Toxic Cherry Juice is here. Sorry Mastodon, you've lost your chance to shine. Toxic Cherry Juice came out of nowhere and said I'm actually here. So yeah, Toxic Cherry Juice, please give me a random number between 1 and 3,357. Wanies can fucking do it. Wanies pick a fucking number. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo the bastard thing if you fucking have to, but Wanies give me a number so I can do the damn thing. 1651, there we go. I mean, I should have just fucking guessed it. That's a fucking random number we had for the fucking card as well. So there we go. 1651 is what we've got. Oh, Christ almighty. You do it. No, you do it, you nice bastards. The marble course we have for today is called the Harbinger of Hell. Harbinger? I've always been confused with that word. Is it Harbinger or Harbinger of Hell? Anyway, this was made by some person called Craig 1972. It has a 42% elimination rate, and it's a 2.5 minute course on average. So yeah, we should be able to get a winner for today. And yeah, let's see what it's like, this hellish course. Oh, very nice theme here, little fire theme at the bottom here. Very nice. Same, just kind of looking here. Is this just for decoration, this middle part? I think they move up and down. Why? What happens here? Interesting looking map. Very interesting looking map. I guess we'll just have to see what happens when we get on with it. Let's go. 241 marbles, the highest number of marbles we've ever had doing a course here. This is determined today's bingo winner. Jim R6 with the early lead. Nathan Coley and Crash Allride not too far behind in it. So there were portals. That's what those were. They were portals. And I go all the way down here. Nathan Coley's miles ahead. I fell. I fell and I can't get up. Everyone's up here. I was trying to follow first place and we ended up fucking following people falling to their doom. So there we go. Nathan Coley. I was trying to catch up with Nathan Coley. And I couldn't. But I think everyone that's fallen has fallen now, and now we're keeping up with Nathan Coley. Quite a lot of death and destruction there. Oh, this is going to make people dizzy, I think, if I don't get out of there. Nathan Coley again, still in the lead here, as he bounced down these steps. And I think it'll lead to him going round in a circle here, going round in a... Yep, more steps. Lima Whiskey taking a shortcut, and it kind of worked, but they've come to a halt. Lima Whiskey actually fell off the edge, but it could actually work out well, but Nathan Coley is catching back up again, and they've overtaken once more. Nope, I tried to catch up with first place, but that was a bad idea because somebody had skipped ahead. What the hell is that? There's a moving pillar. Nathan Coley and Captain Obvious shooting ahead here. They're hitting explosive barrels and we're getting to... They're not wasting any time whatsoever. Captain Obvious hoping to try and just turbocharge our way to the end. The end is all the way over there. We've still got plenty to go here. They've got a hammer moving up and down here. But Captain Obvious is the front runner here. One of the final obstacles will be this thing. Will they get launched up into the air? Will anyone get launched up into the air? Nathan Coley and Captain Obvious neck and neck. They're going back and forth, but this is a very final run. And Captain Obvious snatches it at the end. They got the speed boost somehow. First place was Captain Obvious, second place Nathan Coley. Interesting back and forth there. Third place was Radman, fourth place Jasper's Angels, fifth place Lauren V, sixth place was Dark to the Flow, seventh place Next Zoo, eighth place was IP2 always wins, ninth was Rybread82, and 10th was Mike Hunt back again. Now the other marbles are currently finishing right now, and who's all... there's plenty more coming in here. There's Stuart, there's Reynold. Nug's medallion gets thrown off right before the end. Unlucky Nugs. Oh, this thing, this random thing is... Oh, it's a brutal way to die. But yeah, the course is just finished now, final 15 seconds or so. We're almost over. It's an interesting course to say the least, a very interesting course. Be more hoping to finish right at the end, they get to finish. Incoming toast. About to be toast unless they finish. They got nuked right before they could fall in. So yeah, there's the final results right there, there's our top 10 right there. And there's our top 23. And naturally people are like, why did I finish? I'll slowly scroll through and you guys can look out for your names. So there we go, can you see your name so far? If you can't see your name so far, you done shite. As simple as that. Of course you can finish second, which would be impressive, but it's still not enough to win bingo because it's first place or nothing at all. What is second but just a first worst player? Hey, Prophet finished, congratulations Prophet. So did Train and Heather P finish as well. Jeremy Fister finished, and Kyle finished, Alien, Carty Tarty finished, and Michael, Timmy O'Toole, Cenobite Mommy. But yeah, Beamer was the last person to finish. Did I die? I wasn't really looking out for my name. Yeah, I died. Well, that's right, that race sucked then. There you go. But congratulations, of course, to Captain Obvious. Is Captain Obvious here? I don't think they are. I don't think they are. Anyway, let's go to the main menu and yeah. This is the thing, it's a bit outdated. I will be resetting this all in March. Remember, in March I'm changing the way the bingo prizes work. Rather than just have one person like win individually for per race, it's going to work on a monthly basis, and we're going to have one prize at the end of a month. For every bingo full house we get, from March onwards, it basically adds up the prize pool. It starts at $20. If we get a full house, a second full house, it then be 40, 60, 80, so on and so on. And yeah, one person can win a prize. The grand prize. Or it can go to charity. That's actually what happened to the last prize funds. $200 went to Jasper's Angels. Done it earlier on today. Bingo winnings courtesy of the Human Moon, Simple Guy 86, Mr. Chip 76, Dead Bears, Prophet, John Quincy Adams, and Hippocat. I included Hippocat. I assume Hippocat will be okay with it. They won the other day, I've not heard from them since, and yeah, I just thought why not? It'll go to a good cause in their name. So yeah, Hippocat won the bingo as well the other night. And, but yeah, there we go. So yeah, if I don't hear from Captain Obvious, then that'll be another $25 going to Jasper's Angels in the near future. But I guess I'll have to wait and see. But yeah, big ups to Jasper's Angels, of course. This is like this is the kind of main like charity thing where this goes, and they're almost at 20 grand. I love how the original goal was 1651, and just all these detractors have crushed it. You know, like Vaporware as well, some good contributions as well, and you got Kinda Sav, Slayer, you got Brazy Mammo, you got Black Mage as well. Big up to Black Mage. Piece of Peace, obviously, he's the one that's that does a lot of this stuff as well. Like he I'm pretty sure he started, so he kind of orchestrated the Jasper's Angels thing. So there we go. And so yeah, big ups to Piece of Peace for doing a good cause. He set up a good cause with Jasper's Angels. But yeah, I am going to wrap things up there. Why are you not live? Go live. There we go. I'm going to wrap things up there, guys. Thank you very much for joining me for some bingo antics tonight. It's very much appreciated. We got a full house, so happy days, and we had to endure Phil's awful podcast. That podcast was pain. But we got a full house, so just about worth it in the end, in my opinion. I'll be back tomorrow for some more bingo antics. If Phil does not get a great tip and support today, then I guess we're going to hear about it tomorrow on the podcast. So I do hope you all enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, whatever you end up doing. And yeah, I'm going to end how I always end by playing notorious PIG contributions made by the supremely talented Pixar Animations. Thank you very much, guys, for your contributions, super chats, memberships, everything else. You guys are really too kind. And yeah, as I said though, because you guys are so supportive, I'm able to do giveaways like we just had there. You know what I mean? I'm able to give money away, so it's all about giving back as well. You know what I mean? You guys are so supportive, and I'm able to give back in kind. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow for some more bingo. But until then, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. I'll catch you all later. Goodbye.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
All right, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, "I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower?" When you're showered in money. When you go outside, all of a sudden, greenbacks start falling from the sky, and you raise your face up. You're like, oh, you start dancing. You go, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. All right, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Show me the money. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. And it's gone, just gone like that.